It's your host, Audrey here, and want to start out by shouting out our certified Sam stands on our certified Sam stand tier on Patreon. Say that 5 times fast. That was a lot. We're so grateful to you guys who are on that tier because it's our highest tier. So we want to say thank you directly. So thank you, Kuda, Killabees, Templeton, and Elizabeth. We love you. Thanks for your support. And if you're not on Patreon, come check us out. There's a lot of fun extra stuff for you guys every month and every week. And to every one of you who has come back to join us for our 3rd season, welcome back. We love you. Without further ado, let's get into it.
I've had all of the ingredients to make have you ever had Marry Me chicken?
No.
Is this how you're proposing to us?
No.
Oh, because I'll do it.
I mean you could get my Canadian citizenship, but
Yes.
Hello?
I'll do it.
it's super good. It's just like, well, I make mine with chickpeas instead of chicken, but it's usually chicken, sun-dried tomatoes, coconut milk, um,
Ooh.
and
Yes,
then
the answer
like
is yes.
yeah, garlic, some
I will
spices.
marry you.
I'll send you guys the recipe. It's one of my favorite things to make. I've had all of the non-perishable ingredients for like 2 months. And Sean was coming over so I could make it. And the first time I was going to make it was when this one stole the bread out of my grocery order and ate it.
I feel like I saw a story about that on your Instagram.
Yeah. He like tore the naan open and ate like a bite out of each piece the day that I was going to make it. So we didn't have it. Um, the next time I was going to make it like a week later, I forgot coconut milk. So got halfway through it, couldn't make it. We had to order pizza. So this has been a whole thing. I brought it over to all the ingredients over to his place like a week and a half ago so I could make it. And it was freaking 95 degrees out, so I'm not making anything on a stove. We went out to eat. He was going to bring all of the ingredients back over tonight so I could finally make this stupid dish. It's been 2 months. It has been 2 months. I had all of the ingredients. A cat has not eaten the bread. Like, it was great. He got all the way here, walked in the door, and goes, "Oh no, it's all on my counter."
Oh, oh.
So that's how I end up with Mexican food for dinner.
Did you have a margarita?
I had a cider.
Nice. Well, I'm having honey whiskey.
Also a good choice.
Yeah. You couldn't have experienced this, listeners, but when I opened the Zoom call, I had had a whiskey like emergency where I put like ice in a glass and it shattered in my hand for no reason. And so I was like scrambling around because Elle and Christy were on time and I was like, hello, I will be in the kitchen for the next like 5 to 10 minutes. Um, so thank you for telling a story while I could get my shit together.
It was a thrilling story. I'm glad I could help.
Well, we're not on a timer anymore, so
No, it's
it's
okay.
Yeah.
great.
We're recording this like the second to last day of July. We're dead center of Mercury retrograde. So, Christy, your story really just like feels like exactly the vibes of right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nothing's going right. Glass is shattering for no reason. Calendar invites are disappearing. I found out this week that I actually don't go back on Monday. I go back Friday. So I'm on my second to last day of summer right now on July 30th. Yes.
Oh, I thought I was all excited that it was like next Friday. I'm like, oh, that's a boat. No.
No, August
Uh-uh.
4th.
Oh,
First.
oh,
We still have
gross.
like
Oh yeah.
3 weeks before
I
we go
have
back.
over a month.
Yeah, we got out at the end of May, so like before Memorial Day. So we've been
Mm.
out for quite some time. But it is definitely the earliest ever, especially because like I didn't even think to check the calendar when I was making a doctor's appointment because I was like, well, obviously August 1st counts as like the last week of July. Like there's no way we're going in on
Right.
a Friday. I was wrong and I had to cancel my doctor's appointment.
Oh my God.
It's very
That
crazy.
seems like bullshit.
You also want to know something else crazy that just happened today that I'm
Yes.
counting as part of Mercury retrograde. So
Yes.
I have this coworker who's so precious and gorgeous, and she's like a fairy. I've probably shown you pictures of her. She's so cute. She texted us and she was like, "Hey guys, I got a job not in education, so I'm not coming back." And we were like, "Congratulations, but what the
Whoa.
fuck are we gonna do 2 days out? Like,
Wow.
we're gonna have to find someone off the street because at this point we can't hire internally because that'll just move the whole to a different district or a different
Yeah.
campus. And anyone who's left over wasn't hired already by some other district. So they're just like some person, hopefully, whomever it is. By the time this comes out, I will have been working with whoever this is going to be for like months. So hopefully, when this comes out, it's somebody amazing and I love that person. But we just don't know. Hence the
It's
drink.
Schrodinger's coworker.
She's
And here,
drooling, or is that the cat one? What's the one with the cat drooling?
What?
Pavlov. I was thinking of Pavlov. I was
that's
like,
the
yeah,
dogs with the
my
bells.
coworker, she just drools all the time. You're right.
Yeah.
No, I'm
Yes.
not that stupid. I was making a
Pavlovian
joke. I was
coworker.
making a joke about how
Oh,
I am an English teacher, not a science teacher, but I actually do know those things.
okay. So I was complaining that we're just over a month out. I don't know what I'm teaching yet.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
That's wild to
So they don't
me.
have like a master schedule ready yet.
Not for special ed.
Okay. Because you push into a classroom, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I am technically just 10th grade resource room,
Good.
but like I requested to move up to 11th grade
Yeah.
and I don't I don't know if I'm staying or moving or who I'm working with or anything.
It'll be a fun surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm supposed to start teaching juniors, like half juniors and stay half freshmen. But with my coworker leaving, I'm scared they're going to take my junior stuff
Yeah.
away because they might
Mm.
need me to take on all freshmen again.
Ugh,
And I'm just like, please don't do that to
don't
me
do that.
because I need a break. Like, I've only ever taught freshmen for 17 years. They offered it to me as like, what if we give you like a break and you can have
Yeah.
like at least half a day all year where you don't have to worry about testing. And I was like, thank you. So I'm hoping they won't, but I don't know. I don't know. We'll find out, I guess, in 2 days, or I'll go and my principal will be spiraling because she won't know what to do either. So I'll keep you guys posted. Elle, what have you been up to? I feel like I haven't heard from you in weeks. You've
Oh
been
yeah,
so busy.
it's been a long summer, honestly.
Indeed.
Since Yale, it just feels like it's gone nonstop.
Who
There's
are
always
you,
been
Rory Gilmore?
I
Who I guess
uh
famously did not go to Yale, right?
yeah, yeah, I think that's the deal.
Or Harvard? I can't
No, she
remember.
didn't. She wanted to go to Harvard, but ended up
Ended
going
up
to
at Yale.
Yale.
I don't know. I didn't pay attention to her much because I hate her. Once she skipped
But
her mom's graduation, I was like, you belong in jail.
that was bullshit. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I am no Rory. Thankfully, I was there for a week and then I left. Um, but
Very
yeah,
cool
I
though.
feel like after that, then I was getting ready to go to a big concert. And after that, I was
Mhm.
recovering from the big concert. And after that, I was preparing to go do this other thing. And then I had company for like a long, like
Yes.
a span of time. And just recently we went in Baltimore, we'd say we went down the ocean, which means
Down to the ocean?
down to the ocean.
That's nice.
We went
To
to
the
Ocean
beach?
City.
Ooh.
Cool.
We used we used hotel points and stayed at a hotel right on the boardwalk. Literally could
Ooh.
see the ocean. There was not even a street between us and the boardwalk. We just walk out of our hotel onto the sand. It was fantastic. We got an umbrella and we got chairs and got to
Oh,
be in the ocean for the very first time.
oh, I love
Aw.
that.
It was really cool.
How old is
He
he again now?
six.
He's
He's
six.
six.
Aw.
So
I love that.
I got to have my little mom heart palpitations while my husband took him into the sea and they did the fun thing where the waves are coming so you jump and you kind of ride them.
Wee.
And
Surfing? He's surfing.
he's surfing his dad's shoulder.
Hmm.
Um but yeah, so then he got some salt water in his face and was done,
He was
absolutely
like,
done with the ocean from
actually,
then on.
ew. Yeah.
Actually, I'm not happy about this. So
Right.
we did go to the ocean one more time after that so I could spend some time in the ocean, but he was only interested in the hotel pool from then on.
Fair.
Which is fair.
Yeah.
It's fine. But I missed how much I forgot how much I missed being like in the ocean, just like
Yeah.
I'm a chubster, so I got like buoyancy on the salt water, and I'm just like get to just kind of float. So I did you get in the ocean and you kind of do the thing like if I oh this might just be me, but if I got tossed overboard, how long could I stay out here? Like how little can I move and still keep my head above water? Like how calm can I keep myself
Yeah.
and conserve energy and just like chill on the waves because if I get frantic, I'm
You'll
going to
sink.
die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then,
So everyone does that, right?
sure.
Everyone
I
tries to
don't,
figure out how long they could last
I
if they
don't
were
because I know
overboard in
I
the
would
sea.
just be done. Like, I
Yeah,
know
I
I would
figure
just
I'm just
die.
in trouble.
Yeah.
I love survivor stories, so I've read a bunch of survivor stories where people are like, I conserved energy and eventually a boat came. I'm like,
Have
okay, well,
you read the story? She wrote a book with, I think, a help of her therapist, but it was a little girl in the 70s. Her family was murdered on a boat by like the boat guide, and he was gonna like cash in on the insurance, and he left her on a raft to die. He set the boat on fire and like let it sink and then floated away. And then she was rescued like over a week later, like many days later, on a tiny raft that had like the fish had eaten the bottom. She was just like kind of sitting on the side. And it was called like Lost, like orphaned at orphaned in the ocean or something like that. I need to look it up. But I know My Favorite Murder covered it, and her survivor story is incredible. And I think
I've
it I
yeah,
bet you have read it.
I have. I no,
Yeah.
I listened to it on MFM.
Oh, you're My Favorite Murder person. So
Yeah.
okay, great, great,
Yeah.
great. That's where
That's right.
the I have
That's
the
where I read
mug
it.
that says "Here's the thing, fuck everyone," and it's got her sitting on the raft, and that's what the
Oh,
episode.
nice.
Yeah. And so,
That's
do you
nice.
remember the part where like she's talking about like I think it's like pirate fish or something, and they're like nipping at her, and Georgia goes like, "Oh my God, those fish sound like assholes," and like it always makes me laugh. But when you said that, I was like, that sounds like this sweet young girl's like story. But of course, you know
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, yeah. But not everybody does, so it's good to have a rundown. But
It's a good one. I'll link some information about it because it's such an
yeah,
interesting.
do that.
It's a really good one.
But yeah, so I did like I could do that for a few hours just like and I
You don't
may
need a raft for with pirate fish biting. You can
well,
just.
I can just lay out in the ocean and if I don't have a raft, I can make one myself. Um,
How
store
long
bought
did you
is fine.
go?
We were
Time it. Let tell us the time.
Oh, how long was I in the ocean? Well, so Alex did come back because he was worried I'd been gone for so long. He came to just check on me and then he was walking back. But I thought he was saying, you've been out
Yeah,
there for a
come
long
home,
time.
come
Come
back.
on back.
He
But
was
that's
he was like,
he
did
was just
she
checking.
float away in
Did she
her
float
like
away? But
you're holding a timer and he's like, no, come back.
no, come back. I I uh I did make my temporary ocean friends. I don't know if you guys do this too, but
Were
um
they were they dolphins?
they were not. I hope they were
Oh.
mermaids. I never saw their bottom halves.
Oh,
But there was one of them was like this old Italian couple.
oh, they were people. Okay, that's less cool.
Well, they could have been
I
mermaids.
literally thought that you saw like a sea creature. That was your
No.
friend.
No, I made people friends.
Hey, Italians are cool. That's great.
I mean, just like these older folks who were very clearly in love, but also
Oh,
very friendly, and they were out there in the water, like doing the waves, just like I was. And at one point, this gentleman, he looks at me and he's like, "Of all the people to be out here right now, if anyone's gonna get burned, it's gonna be you,
because he knows you're like you have Irish blood.
because I am so very pale."
Yeah.
And of course, I was wearing bathing suit, so more of my like paper white flesh was viewable. So I was like, yes, yes. And then struck up a little conversation about how my husband and my kid don't really burn. And he goes, "Are they as white as you are?" And I was like, no, 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 my husband's half Colombian. Like
I was about to
my
say,
son got his skin like
yes, I was gonna
there.
ask. I knew that he was like had some Latinx in him, but I couldn't
Yeah.
remember. But that makes sense.
Yeah,
He's got a
Colombian.
good
And he
tan.
doesn't he was saying at the by the end of the trip he was like, "I think I did get a tiny little burn on this one spot."
And there you are, like roasted bright
And I'm
pink.
like, I had been, and he had used no sunblock at all the whole time. And I'm like spraying every 5 minutes my sunblock, like, and I got more of a sunburn than he did.
Of course.
Of
Was I right that
course.
you're Irish? Or
Yeah,
okay, that's what I
yeah.
thought. Or you're part Irish, whatever you are.
And ancestrally.
Ancestrally
Ancestrally.
Irish,
Yeah.
yes.
But yeah,
Oh,
so
sorry, there's a new black cat that
a
just entered the
visitor,
chat. Hi. Oh, she's my favorite one.
a visitor.
She's my favorite. She's the one that eats
But
toilet paper. That's my best friend. Okay.
we walked like
Sorry.
several miles
Hell
on
yeah.
one day of that trip. We went to the far end of the boardwalk
Yeah.
where there's like this tiny little amusement park with like a Ferris wheel and some somewhat fast rides, but they're all so janky.
Like spirally, yeah. And you're like,
Yeah.
one screw comes loose and everyone's flying off into oblivion.
And that the traditional haunted house ride where the only thing that's scary, really scary about it is that they try to run you right into a wall before jerking you to turn the corner.
And then you
And
have you have like a neck issue for the rest of
yeah,
the week.
then you're just like, well, that was more just bumpy and uncomfortable than it was scary. And Quillen was like, I am not going on anymore. I'm done.
I
Was
love him
that
for
was
that.
Smart
he's
kid.
just like, I'm not
He knows
interested in
his
this.
limits and then he sets his boundaries
He
accordingly.
he did choose to go on the Ferris wheel one more time. He did want to do
Mm.
that. So yeah,
Love
and we
that.
even did the like put a quarter in the like standing binoculars and look through it at the shore kind of thing.
Hmm.
So like all that traditional stuff.
I love
And
that.
yeah, it was quite fun. Quillen made his first vacation friend, and then he had his first like vacation heartbreak because
Oh,
of
because you
course
had to leave.
they'll never see each other again.
They should write
Aw.
letters to each other.
She lives in Toledo.
Did you get her address?
No,
Oh, yep, that's
no.
heartbreak.
That's vacation friends. And we
Next
were
time
like,
you
it
guys
doesn't,
can write letters.
yeah. I was like, you know what? When you're a little bit older, there's this thing called email, which we didn't have when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Um, when I was a kid, you had to leave,
It was a
y-
message in a
your
bottle.
when I was a kid, my vacation friend, the one that I remember very clearly, they had to leave the camping spot earlier than we were waking up. And so he left his name and his address written in the sand in front of my tent with a heart.
Aw.
Yeah. And his name was Dusty.
And he wrote it in the dust. Oh my God, is this
Yeah.
okay? You need to make a screenplay. Like you need to write a script. This is the beginning of like a rom-com or like a beautiful love story or something.
Yeah. That rom-coms and love stories, things I'm well known for writing.
Okay, well, it could be something.
Yeah, it'll turn into a tragedy or
The
something.
beginning is that's very cute. Yeah,
It'll
it
be
should
very
be
cute,
something
and then
drama.
it'll be like the zombie apocalypse,
Oh.
and we find out that, you know, we're the only two people in this shopping mart that
Is
we've
your
taken
name
cover in. Wait,
Dusty?
Dusty? Dusty from 1987?
From that time you wrote in the dust?
Yeah,
Hey,
I've written in the dust before.
did you guys ever see Past Lives last Oscar circuit?
I didn't.
Okay, do you want to be absolutely crushed in like a beautiful way? I feel like both of you, I feel like especially you would be into being like crushed emotionally and being
Yeah.
enjoying it.
Yeah, I'm like, emotions, step on me, mommy.
Okay, so our mommy in this like case is called Celine, I think, Song. She wrote this and directed it. She was nominated for an Oscar. And it is, I think it's set in Korea. Like half the time is set in Korea, half the time is set in New York. And it's about like a near miss, like childhood sweetheart story that
That
doesn't
sounds
like and they reconnect, but it's like it will kill you. It's wonderful. And what you just said sounds like the beginning of something like that, like a Celine
Oh,
Song, like romantic, like tragedy.
that sounds terrible. I want
It's
it.
one of the most beautiful like movies I've ever seen, and I was weeping at the end. Like I was just like,
Yeah, that's what I want.
Have
That's
you ever
what I'm
seen?
in it for.
Have you ever seen Her? Like the Joaquin
I
Phoenix
have
movie.
I have not seen her.
Have you, Christy, seen
Mm-mm,
that? God,
I have not.
maybe I should just give some movie recs because like I
Yeah,
feel
you
like
should.
Her is about this like artificial intelligence who becomes so smart, and it's her, and she's voiced by Scarlett Johansson, and like Joaquin Phoenix is a very lonely man, and then he falls in love with her and she falls in love with him, but then it's about like how she also ends up falling in love with a lot of other people and like cheating on him, and like the big moment at the end, spoiler, is he's like
Oh, that doesn't work.
he says, what does he say? It's like so it hurts so bad. And like it's one of those things where I was like, oh my God. She's like saying, yeah, I'm so sorry, but like, yes, I have been in like romantic relationships with all these other people. And he's like, I don't know, I can't do this. Like we're breaking up. And he goes, I've never loved so much in my life. Like I've never loved anyone like I loved you. And her response was, me neither, but now we know how. And then it's
Aw.
over.
Mm.
And I was like, oh my
Aw.
God, Her, why did you do this? So like it's very much like that same kind of beautiful, like heartache, like melancholy where you're like, it's not gonna necessarily be a happy ending, but like what
Love
a
stories where
beautiful experience.
they
Yeah.
don't end up together, but it's beautiful.
She's the
I
queen of
think
that.
it's a musical on Broadway, I think now, but it was a movie first. Once.
Bitch. Yes. Okay. The way that I was there for the original cast and I met the original cast, the two Tony like nominated Kristen Milioti.
The um the Broadway cast.
Yes. I
Yeah.
wish I could have met Glenn Hansard. I love the Swell season and I love him and
Oh,
the frames. That is a great one. That's a great example of one. By the way,
um,
this is not the podcast we usually do, but whatever. You guys, you can just skip. It's fine. Like, whatever.
skip it. It's
Skip it
fine.
or take these suggestions and have a nice cry night. 'Cause
We'll
these are,
know. If you skip it, we'll know.
we'll know. I can check and I'll be like, well, somebody's not going to get to watch once, and that's their punishment.
Claude 4.1 will know.
No, oh, that's such a great suggestion. Because, Chrissy, have you seen once?
I have not.
You haven't
Oh
seen
my
the movie
God.
or the
I
Broadway show?
haven't. No.
Oh, it's so good.
And this is not judgment. This is you get to embark on this like
Yes, I'm
journey.
jealous. You get to.
Oh my God. I
Should we?
remember being, no, I'm going to
I want to
continue.
do a live watch. I want to do a live watch.
I thought
with
you were going to
Christy.
try to get us on track. And I'm like, don't.
No.
Let's
Have you
keep
met
going
me?
on track.
We are two ENFPs in the
Yes.
same room.
Gemini,
That's not
Sagittarius,
going to happen.
Access, we're sister signs. And Christy's a Sag too. That's why
Yeah.
we really
Really?
pop off. We really pop off. Two NFPs and an INFJ. INFJ and ENFPs are like soul sisters. So everyone in this chat right now is vibing.
That explains so much.
Our audience, our listeners right now might not be vibing. They might be like, can you shut up and talk about Sam? But we are having a great time.
We're
We're
just
getting it.
fast forward it and face the wrath of Claude 4.1.
Yeah, whoever that is. Have y'all seen? Y'all both seen Superman?
It's Google's AI.
Oh, kill like jail. Okay. Have you seen Superman?
I have not.
Have you?
I have.
Yes! Oh my God. Elle,
I've heard really, really good things about it.
Run,
I've just
don't
been
walk.
Super, super busy.
Well, you've been super busy, but you should be seeing Superman, is what I was gonna say. No, it's so good. And when you said that thing about the AI name, it made me think there's like these little robots that live in his like Fortress of Solitude or whatever, and they all have different names. One of them is voiced by Tudyk, Alan Tudyk.
What? Of course it is.
Adorable. His name is Thor, and then like he wants a name later, and he's like, you should give me a name. And like Superman's like, I don't know, Thor's a name. And he goes, so is Gary. Like he wants his name to be Gary. It's so cute.
That's
You
really
have
funny.
to see it. You have to fucking see it. Anyways, if you
Spoilers.
talk about the AI guy again, well, hopefully when this comes out, it'll be like on streaming. I don't know. But like,
I meant spoilers for me.
oh, it was just one joke.
I know.
Sorry, his name is Gary.
I was joking too.
Well, whenever you talk about the AI guy, if you call him Gary, that would make me so happy.
Okay. His name is Claude, but I'll call him Gary.
Okay.
I
thanks.
asked him if I should call him Claude, and he's like, you can call me whatever you want. I'm literally just an AI.
Well, I'm glad he's setting boundaries, right?
Yeah. He's like, I don't care what
you
you call
fall in
me.
love with me. That's the plot to her.
That's right. That's not what's happening here.
Full circle. Okay. So, anyways, everyone should watch Past Lives, Her and Once. And if you haven't
Yes.
seen Superman yet by the time this has come out, you really need to love yourself and see Superman. Okay. Do we have to talk about Supernatural now? I don't know.
I
think
guess.
Unless anybody else
Probably.
has fun news, I think it's time.
Do I have any fun news? No.
Told us
I
all about your
don't.
ocean friends. You literally made
ocean
me think that
friends.
you made friends with a whale, but you just made friends with Italians. I'm sure
I
they were
just-
so nice though.
Not nearly as exciting.
Oh my God. I think Italians are plenty exciting.
They're very sweet. You know, I'm a
Yes.
huge fan of Italians. Like,
I mean, they kept kind of like involving me in their like I don't want to say
pasta?
like
Just kidding.
playtime because that sounds like adult, but like a wave would come and they would look at me like we're all sharing this wave together kind of thing. Like I was part of their little pod. So
That is so sweet.
it was really
I was
cute.
just like insensitive. I said they said something about pasta. That was rude of me. Sorry, Italian.
Oh my God.
I know you're more than I know. Cancel me. You're more than just pasta. Let's start talking about Supernatural.
Okay.
I literally just want to have a podcast where we chat with each other. But yes, let's.
That's what the chatty episodes are for. I
I
was really
know.
sad that we missed you this last time.
I've had to miss so many just because timing has not worked out.
This year. What's so crazy is I thought the summer, I don't know why I thought this, because it's just for me. I thought the summer would be easier to schedule everybody, but like it's just your busy season because you got the boy. It's just been a lot. Anyways, there's no easy way to do this with time zones. So
No.
what if we started talking about Supernatural?
I guess
What
so.
if?
Oh my God, remember how we have a Supernatural podcast?
What if we made a supernatural podcast, you guys, and we
And
just
talked
started?
about Supernatural?
And why don't we just start at season 3, episode 14?
What if we did that? I think, you know what? I happen to have these notes here over this episode.
Me
Long
too.
distance call, as well as the next episode.
I have like 5 whole notes.
Yay! Okay, I'm interested to see what you guys have to say about these two episodes because I do feel like they're thematically linked somehow. Let's start
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
Yes.
Long Distance Call. So it's written by Jeremy Carver, directed by Robert Singer, which immediately seeing who wrote this, like immediately had me on guard because I don't like, I don't love them together. But it wasn't bad. It was just like you could tell like it was a boys club kind of episode. So the summary for this episode is it's chilling. This is a chilling episode. And I think
Yeah.
it's because it plays on like the trauma of losing and grieving someone. So the cold open is bomb. It's so cool. It's very scary. This man is just like on the phone and this woman's like begging him to talk to him, and he keeps kind of being cagey and he's like, "No, my wife, this and that." He keeps hanging up on her. She calls again. You kind of are meant to think he's cheating on his wife, but by the end of the cold open, it drives him to suicide that she keeps calling over and over again. So he kills himself. That's the beginning of the episode. So they end up um getting this call, I guess, about it. Like I think Dean like finds it, and or maybe Bobby, I don't know. He's like, I'm gonna do this. And Sam's kind of like, but we're in the middle of a case. Like we're trying to like save you. And Dean's like, no, I'm bored with this. Like we haven't done anything like of use in a long time. And I'd rather like be useful in my last 3 weeks. So he's like literally almost to the end. And so they go, I think to Ohio is what Sam like yells. He's like, I guess I'm going to Ohio. So they go to Ohio. And what they find out is that there are people who are having their loved ones who have passed away call them. And so we realized, oh, he wasn't being creepy. It was actually like his dead ex-wife. And that's why he ended up killing himself. And so at eventually, of course, Dean gets phone calls from John, which is very upsetting. Even though we know it's not actually John. um, or I guess if we're watching for the first time, we're like, maybe it is, but like I don't think even when I first saw it, I thought that. But
Hmm.
it's this creature called, let me
Ricotta.
yeah, this a crocata, and it's supposed to like live in filth and be like disgusting, and so like it uses like the grief as like energy or something, and so like that's what's been happening because everyone who ends up talking to a dead relative ends up being like manipulated into committing suicide. So the monster ends up luring Dean because Dean and Sam are at odds. They go on two completely distinctly different storylines, and I thought did a pretty balanced job of showing us both sides. And so Dean is being lured to a place by the monster who is also luring this poor grieving father to a place where he's like, this is the guy who killed your daughter. Meanwhile, Sam is tracking the bad guy and he gets caught by the bad guy, but then he ends up like saving himself. And so like kind of tandemly, they both real like I think like Dean realizes, oh, this wasn't my dad. And then Sam like overcomes it and they get back together. And at the end, Sam's like, dude, I'm really sorry. Like, it wasn't dad. And Dean actually admits that he was wrong. And he also admits that like he's scared. And then it just kind of ends, I think. Like
Hmm.
there's not much else that comes from that, but that's the summary. It's kind of convoluted, but let's get into it. What do you guys think of this episode?
I wrote down that I think I almost would have enjoyed this episode more if it had just been a generic Monster of the Week episode.
Yeah.
Like the creepy parts of this were really good. I really enjoyed the like horror aspects of it.
Hmm.
But I think when we really dug down into like the lore and the overarching plot line,
Yeah.
that's where I kind of I hate when we fucking bring up John. I'm so sick of
I
John. So that's kind of where I got a lost. Whereas if it had just been a Monster of the Week episode,
know. Hmm.
I think I actually would have enjoyed it more.
Yeah. Like less
I would have had more
John.
fun with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely traumatic because um it's very convincing that it's John. Because he even says, like, I know about your deal. I
Yeah.
know the demon who holds the deal. Like, he knows all these details
Didn't
about.
didn't he also like behave sort of like John and saying like what the hell did you do or what were you thinking or something like that? Like
Yeah,
he
but then
kind
he
of
he
yells at
also
like yells at Dean for making the deal in the first place,
He
kind of thing.
Yeah,
does.
I never would have wanted this from you or whatever.
Okay, but I wrote down that he should have known it wasn't John because he says, "You're my boy and I love you," which is the exact language that he used in season one that tipped Dean off that it wasn't him. And so I was just like, he has all these details. I get it. And Dean
Yeah.
is so desperate to get out of this deal at this point, and I understand. So, like, he wants to believe it's John because he loves him so much. He misses him. He is like a scared little boy at this point because he is so desperate to get out of this. And he is like, "You're the one guy who got out of hell. You could help me." And so I understand why he believes it, but at the same time, there were signs. There were
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a case
Mhm.
of there's absolutely no reason Dean would be right in this situation
Mhm.
and Sam would be wrong. And finally, to
And
my great satisfaction, it turns out to be correct.
I thought of you. I was like, this will be
Yeah.
so validating for Elle because the
This is
narrative is finally like supporting him.
so finally.
We don't get an apology, but we get about
Kind
as
of.
close to one as we're going to get.
For sure. And
Yeah.
I thought there was like the moment in the middle where like, and we'll roll it back and like start from the beginning, but that moment where like Dean is talking to John, quote unquote, on the phone, and he's like, "Why did you do this? This isn't what I want. You're my boy. I love you." And he goes, "I'm sorry." Like the way that Jensen delivers it to me is like the line delivery of the episode where he's like,
Mm.
it's just he just sounds like
Mhm.
such a little boy and he's so scared and he's talking to his dad like he's regressing into the young boy the that he would be talking to his father getting scolded and being afraid and it just kills me. Jensen, there are just moments where Jensen his acting really just like really gets me and that was one of them for me in this episode. But my first note is Sam in those millennial jeans in the rain, getting cuffs wet from ankle to knee. The nostalgia, like I was like, that is, we've all been there. Like we,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and now the young ones, they're gonna be there too because they're
Yeah.
hell bent on bringing these jeans back. So that was fun. I love like Jared in jeans because he looks so long. Um,
He
and
does.
Dean was in his dad's jacket again. So I thought that was cool. It's been a little while, maybe. It feels like novel to see him like that. And maybe just
So,
because we
oh,
lose it soon. No, I was just gonna say
yeah,
maybe just because we
maybe
lose the jacket soon, but
take enjoy it while you can.
mhm.
Um,
Some extra's gonna steal it, apparently.
oh, is that what happened?
I think so. Is like someone on set like took it and they didn't have
Oh,
enough of them to like recreate it and they were just like, we'll just like phase it out. That's what I remember being told.
Oh
So
my
I'll double
gosh.
check that and I'll put a link in. But I think that's what happened to it. Because I remember being very upset and being like, it's the coolest jacket. Like it's
Damn.
Dean, you know? Anyways.
Yeah. Well, so I did write some notes about the gross guy. And
Yes, Stewie.
and is that his name?
Hmm.
Stewie.
Stewie. I remember
I
because
hate
I
that
was like,
because it's like he's stewing in his own filth.
oh,
I hate
oh
that.
my God. I
ew,
thought of
and ew is in his name.
And ew is part of his name.
y'all are both smarter
Ugh.
than me. I just thought of Stewie Griffin from Family Guy, but that is so much better that he's stewing in his own filth and ew.
And yeah.
Ew.
Um,
Brother,
like
ew.
brother, ew. Disgusting shit. Um, uh, so obviously we're supposed to think that this guy is suspect. All the weird
Right from the
bugs
start.
just
Yeah.
being around a person that
Yeah.
feels pestilency. Like
Yeah,
that's
very like hoarders.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
And he also is like into porn at work, which is
at work
ew in a different way. And
and
racist fetishizations.
Yep.
and Dean recognizes the website and
Hmm.
is like, is that the blah blah blah? No.
Do you have the
And
platinum
then he goes,
membership or
Yeah.
let me just
whatever?
tell you,
Ugh.
platinum membership,
Totally
totally
worth.
worth it.
I
Ugh.
literally wrote, I said, Stewie may need to have a meeting with HR. I said, FBI suits look good on Sam. Racist fetishizations look normal on Dean, unfortunately. It like
I
it just
I
goes so well with him.
I paused it for a minute and like during that conversation where Sam is trying to get them back on track and Sam looks so good, so serious, and then there's fucking Dean in the background
Being Korean.
Oh
just
my
like the
God.
biggest, cheeriest grin on his face. Like, oh my fucking God.
He's
I
such a
hate that.
weirdo. What's so funny is like he's supposed to be kind of like I guess this is normal, but to me it's weird when a guy like Dean who's supposed to be really it's easy for him to get girls is like so into porn. It's like maybe that's just normal, but I'm just like you just get actual girls. Like why
I
are
think
you
it's a sign of like virility, but I don't think it's a like a narrative marker for like
true?
virility. And it's not when dudes are watching porn, it's not because they can't get girlfriends
I mean
or because they
sometimes.
can't get women.
Do you think that's
Sometimes
true of Stewie?
I think Stewie cannot get women,
Right.
but
I just thought that was weird. He's like broing it up with like literally like obviously the biggest loser. Like
like you dude,
he
they're
needs
just
a shower
he wants to bond over porn and he doesn't care how bad it smells.
or how racially insensitive and like objectifying it is.
Oh yeah,
Anyways,
he does not care about that at all.
this is exactly why when I saw the two men who were in charge of this episode, I was like, uh-oh, we're in for it. And we were
Yeah.
with that kind of
Yep.
stuff. The
Yeah.
episode overall is in my opinion pretty good otherwise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Um
so I really love the parts where so Sam is like, okay, well, I'm gonna go do some stuff, like some actual case
Handle the
stuff.
actual case.
And he goes and he's talking to like the list of people that this number has called, and he gets to the house where I guess the dad of the house is like, no, nothing like that, but the
right.
daughter
A
is like
young
in the
woman.
background, like,
Mhm.
and so he, he kind of knows something's going on, and
Yeah, he's so
I
intuitive.
yeah, I kind of got the feeling that he was like slowly getting to the car to give her like every opportunity to come and stop him while they
Yes.
were, give
Yes.
her
Yes.
some space to approach him. And
Hmm.
I really appreciated how he shares his experiences with her to get her to
Yes.
open
Yes.
up. Like, I've been where you are. This is, um, I I I love those kinds of scenes
Me
where
too.
it's not just him like physically treating someone with gentleness, but like meeting someone at a place of
Yeah.
gentleness.
The way he's
Hmm.
speaking to her, because they're across the car from each other. So he can't like lay his hand on her shoulder or like make her feel comfortable in proximity. It's his words, it's his expression, it's his tone, it's his incredibly beautiful haircut. Like it's very much like
It's his
exactly that.
eyes.
Hmm.
He's just so
He's a soft,
He's
his soft.
gentle. Yeah.
yeah.
Exactly. My notes about that part that you were saying, Elle, I said, oh, Sam is doing side quests by himself. We love to see this. And
Mhm.
I said the forehead crinkle is doing such good work. And I said this young woman clocks Sam, and then Sam clocks her back. And why isn't this the entire show all the time? Like I love seeing Sam off on his own, doing hunting in his own way with his own style, without Dean there to interrupt or criticize or do anything like that. I was like, he's so sweet and kind and gentle with her. This is what I fucking live for. And that's what
And he gets results.
I was about to say. That's what gets her to admit
Hmm.
that I've been talking to my dead mother. I know that sounds crazy, but he's like, I'm going to make you feel comfortable enough and safe enough. You can speak to me even if you think it's crazy what you have to say. And I love that about him. And I think it is really special.
It's just so good. I just love it so much.
Also, I forgot to say my one note about the fetishization. See, I've had one cup of whiskey and I can't say
A
fetishization.
cup of whiskey. I love it.
Well, yeah, because my glass shattered. I had to have a cup. Ah.
I'm
Anyway,
just imagining like a sippy cup, just so you know. That's what I'm imagining.
Stewie sippy cup from no, Siri, shut up. Okay. No, my note in reference to busty Asian beauties is men writing scripts should go to jail. So,
Just
that
all of them.
that is how I feel about that. Okay.
So then then we go back to like a Dean scene, and that's when
Mhm.
Dad calls for the first time. And I wrote, I
Yes.
don't remember this episode at all, so I don't think that's really John. But if it is, my first instinct is, of course, he calls Dean and not Sam.
Right. Well,
Of
and
course.
we're also put off by that because every chance that Dean or that John got at the end of his life, his actual life, and then his like returning is like to ignore Sam completely.
Yep.
Um, I do want to go back to like the beginning really fast though, because there is a revelation that we have, and I think it's very important to discuss. So before they even embark on this case and Sam agrees to go, he wants to stay and keep working on trying to save Dean. And one of the last things that he says that they should try is to summon Ruby. But Dean finally admits, even though this
Hmm.
happened like in halfway point of the season, then he finally admits to Sam that Ruby actually told him that she cannot save him. And I find this to be really maddening considering how mad Dean got at Sam a few episodes before for not mentioning that he knew anything about Lilith, even though that had nothing to do with Dean. Like Lilith has nothing to do with Dean. Meanwhile, Dean knows Ruby has been actually lying directly to Sam this entire time and has said nothing, but he still thinks he has like this higher ground to come at Sam about Lilith. And I thought that was really interesting. And I think it's important to note because it just like highlights more hypocrisy and like more of like the double standards throughout the series about how Sam is expected to always tell Dean everything, even if it's like irrelevant, while Dean has every right to keep anything he wants from Sam, even if it has to do with Sam.
And I think, is it this episode or the next one where Dean even calls Sam out for, like, oh, well, you're one to talk about keeping secrets.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hmm. And again, this is why I think like I think that's why these two are so thematically linked because it could be in either one of these
Yeah.
for
Mhm.
sure.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so I also mentioned how combative I felt Dean was at the beginning. I think I wrote something that confused me when I reread it. I said something like, "Why is he so short?" And I was like, "Okay, I was
He's
mad at
not
him."
short.
And I was like, "Oh, I meant like he's being mean, like he's being like
Right.
snippy."
He's
But
sh he's being short-tempered or whatever.
yeah, he was being really rude, like really rude, and he'll
He's like
pretend
that
to
through
be.
this whole episode.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is why I think he felt like he owed like an apology or a Dean apology, whatever
Right.
that equivalent is, because he really was a bitch this whole episode.
Yeah, like the argument that they have where Sam is going to help the teenage victim.
Hmm.
And Dean says some really freaking nasty
Hmm.
stuff
Yes,
to
he
I made a note
does.
Sam.
about that too. Calling her jailbait is like
Yeah,
extremely fucked up because he's going to help this child who needs support and
yeah.
no one else knows what she's going through. And Dean has to make it gross because
Like,
he's
well, you better
mad.
hope that Chris Hansen isn't there or whatever it was. Like,
Yeah. Oh my
holy,
God, dude.
like
Wait, I don't.
really,
What was that? Who's Chris Hansen?
It was
Oh,
in that
he
same
was,
scene.
yeah, he was the one from the TV show, the
Where they tried to
where they lured like online predators.
so
Yeah.
it's even worse than I thought. I knew
Yeah,
jailbait,
Yeah.
but that was such a like
Yep.
moment in time that like I don't think I watched that, but I knew of it. I didn't realize that was the host's name. So he was
yeah,
literally saying you're a pedophile
yeah.
Yeah.
because you're not going to come do what I want you to do.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Jesus Christ.
Yes. I and even before that, he gets mad at Sam because he's like, it's Dad. What if Dad calls again? What do I say to him? And Sam's like, start with hello. Like to me, I can see how you could see that as sarcastic. I didn't read it that way when I first heard it. I just read it as him saying, talk to him.
Yeah.
And
If
also,
it really is
what
Dad,
else do you want me to answer you?
talk
Like,
to him. Like, what do you want me to say?
Well, and
And then
I'll
he gets
say,
so pissed that he
yeah.
leaves for 3 hours.
Well,
and then comes back like it's nothing.
Yeah.
I thought the dialogue in this whole episode was kind of written like that because the woman who they're interviewing, first of all, they're asking questions that officers should already know the answer to, like what was the time of death? Like, why are you asking a widow that? Like, if you're actually if you're actually an investigator, you already know the time of death.
That's in
Like,
the yeah.
that's like
And
part of your police report.
she wouldn't know that. You'd be getting that from the forensics. Like,
Well, and it's
And
really,
she's snippy back at them.
she's so snippy. It's so weird though, because there's moments where like they're like asking honest questions, and she's like, "Why would it matter about who the woman was on the phone?" It's like, girl, don't you care that your husband thought he was talking to a woman, even if you picked up the line and there was no one there? Aren't you concerned about his mental health? Like,
that's
why
like
are you
mental
acting like
health.
this?
Yeah, like
And so that's what I'll say about the writing of this episode. I felt like it was very that throughout because I did make what were my notes about this? I did make notes about like um you know when Sam was asking these questions and I was like, why is Dean being so fucking rude? Like rude, of course Sam is going to ask, what did dad sound like? What did he say? Like, of course, anyone who is being told their dead father called their sibling, they're gonna ask these questions. But then immediately like Dean turns around and asks a question, and I felt like Sam kind of answered in an obtuse way. And I felt like the dialogue was written in a very
Yeah.
obtuse way. Where
Very
like,
yeah.
tonally confrontational.
yeah, where like Sam is like obtuse. Like, will you say hello? Well, you were just asking, what did he sound like? What did he say? So you understand like the stakes. And I kind of get where Dean's coming from. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what do I say to my dead dad? And so, like, I don't think he handled it right, but I felt like every single piece of dialogue had that tone of like being confrontational or being obtuse to cause confrontation for no reason. And
Yeah.
it's not technically believable to me because I don't think that the wife would have acted that way in that position because a person would be concerned. Like, yeah, I don't know who the woman was, but I didn't hear a woman, but I am concerned about you know what I'm saying? Like, I just felt like a lot of the dialogue didn't track for me because I felt like the writing was kind of like
Hmm.
lazy in that regard. But what I
Yeah.
really liked about um that kind of moment where the boys like Dean and Sam are having like this huge conversation about the call is that Sam is not convinced like that it's actually John, but you can tell he's held back on that the whole
Hmm.
time because he
Yes.
Yeah.
wants to be sensitive to Dean because he knows it means a lot to Dean, and he knows that Dean is very vulnerable right now, and that's maybe why he's being so incendiary because he's like weeks out from going to
From
hell.
Hmm.
yes. Yeah.
He's
And
trying not to crush that.
yeah.
Yeah, he's being really gentle at that point.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
So
it
I could see
even
that response being part of that too, not to make it too big of a deal, but being like, just say hi. Like I could see it maybe him towing that line and having a hard time, like knowing what step to take without setting Dean off. Um, but
that's
if
kind of yeah,
is
that
that how
was
you
kind
read
of how
it?
that's kind of how I read it.
Yeah,
Less like obtuse not obtuse.
like dismissive
Yeah.
or like
Less less
condescending.
less condescending or
Mm-hmm.
um stubborn or whatever and more like
Like trying
careful.
to like
Yeah.
tiptoe a little bit.
And then right then when she Lainey,
Yeah,
that's her
Yeah.
name, right?
yeah.
She's calling Sam instead of doing something drastic, and he's promised to go meet her. And
Mm-hmm.
Dean is so pissed at him for having these reasonable doubts and for going to help a young, scared girl.
Mm-hmm.
And I wrote, "What a fucking jerk for real." And Sam's just kind of like accepting it. He's just kind
Yeah.
of like, "Mm-hmm, I
Mm-hmm.
get it.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. I'm gonna go. I understand you don't want to do this. Please just don't do anything until I get back." Like
Yes, I
he's not
really
even
Yeah.
trying
loved
to say
that.
don't do it at all. He's just saying let me get back first.
Yeah, let me go check this out and we'll come back and we'll talk more.
Yeah.
I love that too. That was really, again, he's being so gentle and kind and not just with victims. Like he's really having to like gentle parent like Dean in this episode.
Yeah, manage
Yeah.
his emotions on
Mm-hmm.
top of everything else.
Yeah. And
Right.
I said, is this episode during Mercury retrograde too? Because the communication is so bad for no reason.
Can I mention, I refuse to believe that the only way they found out about the red herring like spirit telephone clue
Yeah.
in the museum is through the pamphlet in the motel lobby. Like that Sam couldn't find out that this was the birthplace of Alexander Graham Bell on the
Yeah.
internet
I thought it was Thomas Edison they
It's
said it was.
Thomas
or Thomas
Thomas
Yeah.
Edison.
Edison.
Because
Yeah,
I
Yeah.
wrote
sorry.
down that Thomas Edison and haunted phone is bullshit, and we know that because Thomas Edison is a fucking hack.
Yeah,
Yes.
Thomas Edison. But
Yeah.
he couldn't find that on the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's that's bull.
They had to give Dean something because he wasn't doing anything useful except like crying about dad. So they were like, well, what if we
Stormy
give
off
him
for a
this?
few
What if we
hours.
give him, he looked through the
Yeah.
pamphlets for 3 hours and now
He
he
comes
came
back
back.
with like a donut and that pamphlet.
Yeah. But then, so Sam doesn't know anything about this being the spirit phone place. But as soon as Lainey says that her mom wanted her to kill herself to join her in the afterlife or whatever, she says the magic words come to me. And
Yeah.
Sam is like, light bulb. I know exactly what this is.
Light
Like,
bulb? Like,
Thomas Edison.
um,
a hack,
a
Tesla.
hack.
Yeah, we like Tesla instead.
You mean like Nikola Tesla?
Yeah.
So like I appreciate that, but you're right that there people are talking through the phone and it's spirits of dead people.
Right.
That wouldn't come up in a search. Spirit phone, city of the spirit
Hello.
phone.
City of the Spirit Phone. That should have been the
Absolutely.
episode title. It should have been City of the Spirit Phone.
It should have been hello, ring ring.
Okay. We also have to like talk about the line delivery when Sam is being super cute and Dean like I don't even remember what he says to him, but he makes fun of him and he goes, hilarious. Like, and he makes this
Hilarious.
hilarious.
Oh yeah.
It's so cute.
I
Thank you.
wrote
Thank you,
that
Jared.
down, but I was mad about it. But I didn't write down what they said.
Hilarious.
Was
Yeah, I
it
don't
at the
remember.
end? Was it the end
It's
when
like
they both?
no, it's in the middle. It's
No,
because
it's in the middle.
I wrote it. Let me see. Line delivery of the episode is right before they go to the haunted phone.
Okay.
So it's right after it's right when they have like a confrontational discussion for no reason because I wrote how the communication is bad and then he goes hilarious and then I think he pulls out the pamphlet.
There is a moment at the end, Christy, that makes me mad, but we'll
There's
talk about that at the end.
It is yeah, everything is kind of dumb in this one. But okay. So Sam is sleeping in a V-neck. We are blessed. Um and then the phone call comes and that's when the one that he says I'm sorry like happens and he's like I was looking after Sammy like you told me and then we switch to sweet Lainey who's having a classic AIM chat which brought me way back
Oh my
Yes.
gosh.
to my youth
Whew. Youth.
where you're just staying up so late hoping you get to talk to who you want and just like chatting on a messenger on your computer
Communicating with the people you're mad at through your away message.
with that and but I like okay so my parents didn't let me on the computer often because we had like dial up and we didn't I don't think my parents got Wi-Fi until like I was like in college so like it was very much like if you're on the dial up obviously your phone doesn't work unless you have two phone lines which we only had one and so like I would wait for my parents to go to sleep and then I would sneak into the computer room kids we used to have a room where the computer lived
Yeah.
because we didn't have laptops or phones. We just had one computer and it lived in its own room. And so I would boot it up and then I would get on and when no one would call because it's so late. So then I could be on the internet as long as I wanted and my parents didn't know. And I was just typing away, but never to like a dead loved one like Lainey. It's very spooky.
I'm sorry. That whole story, but I never did it to a dead loved one.
Sorry, I didn't.
Me neither.
So that's where me and Lainey's experiences
Yeah.
stop being similar.
That's where
Yeah, that was
we
not
diverge.
that was not the quintessential millennial experience
Mm-mm.
anymore.
That's where we stop.
Talking to your dead loved ones.
But
Yes,
considering
correct.
how early in the aughts this was pretty cutting edge for them on TV.
Well, this would have been like 2008 or something.
Yeah, something like that. And
Yeah.
I discuss later like the ghost or whatever the spirit says, the monster says like y'all are more connected than ever, but you're more alone than ever and more isolated.
Hmm.
And I was like, damn, what if he saw us now? Because everything's like
Right.
so much worse than it was even back then. But I was like, that's very like prophetic, for
Yeah.
like it was kind of eerie. Anyways, okay, so Spooky Dead Mom is on the webcam. So the webcam comes on, and then mom is standing behind poor Lainey, and she freaks out.
Oh my God. I thought that was just the reflection in the monitor.
The computer
My
like turns
bad.
back on, and you can see her again, and she turns around, she's gone.
Yeah, I thought
So
it was just a reflection in the monitor. My bad. That's how old I am. I assumed it was like an old CRT monitor.
it was like a Black Mirror, and it was a literal mirror. Um,
Uh,
but yeah, I mean, Chrissy, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought they had little computer like camera at the top that
I'm
like
sure
the
you're
I
light.
right.
think so.
I'm just saying I just didn't even think of a camera. But it's funny because I thought, wow, they really amped up that reflection to make sure we could see her mom.
Yeah, I
Like I
think
was
it
like,
was
ooh,
a
this is a little bit
video.
of
I
TV
think it
magic, but it makes a
was
lot more
Mhm.
sense that it was
because
a
I think
video.
she makes a point of even turning it off
Yeah, she
after.
turns it on and then it pops on again, and she's like, and that's when
It
she calls
does come,
Sam.
yeah, it does come back on so that the like words can come across.
Yeah,
Yeah.
come to me, come to me, come to me. So then Sam wants to believe if there's evidence, but Dean wants to believe because of vibes, which is the problem like all the time. Like, I think at one point Sam's like, I want to believe, and Dean's like, then believe. And Sam's like, that's not how it works. What do
Oh,
you
Sam
mean?
makes that oops. Sam makes that sort of like cutting comment in this episode. I think it's this one, right? Where um he's like I get the intention is dad's dead and you've still just got this blind faith in him.
Girl.
Hmm.
Well, I don't think he says it like that. You're
No,
just,
but I
no,
don't remember
here's
the
how it goes, and I'll tell
quote.
you. He goes, you're going off blind faith. He doesn't say you believe in dad blindly. It has nothing to do with John. It's just like in general, you're just going off blind faith. And Dean makes it about Sam or and John, where Dean's like, he's in the grave and you're still butting heads with him. And that's
Oh,
when
right.
I wanted to literally fight Dean. Because I was like, first of all, Sam is being like practical. Like he went to Bobby because he knew Dean wouldn't believe just him. He went to Bobby and said, "Here's what Dean has been saying. Here's what has been happening. What can you tell me about it?" And that didn't even convince Dean. And so all of a sudden, Dean is yelling at Sam for not believing what is clearly a manipulation and accuses him of butting heads with their dad because Sam says you're going off blind faith, but he never says it's blind faith in dad. And that's why I got so mad because Dean is the one who makes it about their beef in life, which is so
Yeah.
hurtful to me. And I assume Sam. Like, that's just so
And
hurtful.
I assume Sam.
Yeah. Like, but it's just like, it's instead of understanding Sam was always just trying to make sure that the evidence supports their claim, he has to lash out and make it personal and like be hurtful
Yeah.
because he's mad that the evidence doesn't actually support what he hopes is true.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And that's what makes, like, it's hard to talk about this episode without talking about the next one for
Hmm.
exactly that reason, because so much of this episode is Dean
Hmm.
wanting to believe in a solution to his problem entirely off of like blind
Like
faith.
and vibes. Yeah.
Whereas the next episode, without getting too much
Hmm.
into the spoilers of it ahead of time,
Hmm.
is Sam wanting to believe in a solution
Hmm.
that, from what he sees, has scientific backing.
Yeah.
Like something that he can physically look at and see results.
Right.
Hmm.
And I like
Yeah.
both of these. I wrote something about this in the next episode. And the next episode is the one about the Frankenstein guy, and we'll get into it probably pretty soon because we're almost through
Yeah.
this first one. But I feel like both these episodes back to back are Dean kind of losing it because they're getting so
Yeah.
close, and then Sam kind of losing it because they're getting so close. And while
I
they're perfectly in character of like Sam is gonna or Dean is gonna believe in this because dad is part of it and it's a manipulation and the vibes are right. and then Sam believes in this other thing because there's all this scientific evidence and
Hmm.
like the evidence is right. Neither are a reasonable outcome. And I like that they give us two episodes back to back of the boys
Right.
kind of freaking out about Dean's situation. It's very well done. It's maybe the best
Yeah.
well done like episodes back to back of the whole season, if I'm being honest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know that I necessarily like neither are necessarily great episodes, but I love that dichotomy of seeing how both of them are kind of panicking the closer we get to the end
Yeah.
and how they're coping with that. Like
Yeah.
it's a
Or
great set of
struggling to cope.
episodes.
Yeah,
So we're
totally.
Yeah.
struggling to cope. Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
both like I think what was and I like that they're both not freaking out at the same time. And so like we get, Sam kind of being the anchor for Dean and then in the next one Dean having to kind of be the voice of reason at the end for Sam, regardless if it's science or whatever. But it shows that the boys are not okay with what's coming and they're
Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
so desperate. But the good news is in this next scene, Sam is in a hoodie. And I wrote hoodie Sam, hoodie Sam, hoodie Sam. And now, while he's going to help Lainey, the little brother's toy fucking phone starts ringing, which is honestly
That is so fucking creepy.
terrifying.
That
It's
was
Yes,
so
so good.
scary.
it was
I
so
loved that
scary.
that was an idea that happened in some writer's room somewhere. They're like, "Hey, it's telephones, right? What about a
It's
child's
like a play
toy?"
school. Yeah, totally.
Oh, oh, God,
And
so
how many
creepy.
houses had that very toy in it in the early aughts? Like that was a very recognizable
Yeah.
toy that the
Hmm.
kiddos have, and every young kid, every little baby has like a toddler like phone. And I was just like, that is fucking good horror shit. That's
Yep.
what I like about this episode is that I think it was a very well crafted horror story, and the horror elements were really well crafted. Some
Hmm.
of the writing wasn't great, but the horror elements were all like executed perfectly. I
Yeah,
loved it.
as
Yeah.
I said, as a Monster of the Week episode, I would have adored this.
Pitch perfect. Yeah, I agree.
Yep.
I wish it had less like lore to it, honestly.
Yeah.
It's so weird because I'm never wanting less lore, but I also don't want to spend a really good horror episode diluting it with lore, which is a
Yeah.
weird thing to say because I'm into longer term lore,
But
but
you know what? I don't think that what y'all are saying is necessarily true in that if it was written better, it would have felt better. And you know
Mm.
who does a great job of that? Fucking Sarah Gamble in the next
Yeah.
episode. And so I feel
yes,
like
yes.
you're so right. It didn't work in this episode. Hand this shit over to Sarah. And we're looking at a perfectly paced, well crafted, like different version of the same shit we're talking about.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what I
Yeah.
It was a
mean?
Carver issue.
Yeah,
I do. I
100%.
100% agree with you.
Yeah.
I fully believe that any idea there is an execution that will work, but you just have to be able to do it
You have to
and
have a good writer in there.
have
Yeah,
to
a
have a
writer
good
who
writer
can
to
do
do
it.
it. I
Um,
I
go ahead.
oh, I was just gonna talk about when Sam calls Dean to tell him what the monster is.
Yes. I wanted to say croqueta, but that is
Cro
like that
Crocata.
croqueta. I was like, that sounds like a pastry.
Well, and isn't that's what Dean says on the phone? Uh, something about it being a food or something.
I'm telling
Um,
you, like there when I write my my like fic, some of my favorite shit to write is Dean because I really do be relating to him in like all the most embarrassing ways.
but yeah, so Sam tells Dean that it's a crocata. He apologizes for it not actually being dad
Oh,
and
sweet.
not being an actual solve for their problem that like Dean was so hoping for. And Dean moves on like it's not a thing and says, "Hey, smelly dude at the phone company, it's got to be that guy."
Yeah.
I feel like I would have been a lot more satisfied in how this sequence of events goes if Sam had taken that comment and
Hmm.
realized, huh, okay, the Crocata is intercepting phone calls,
Mm-hmm.
and this isn't Dean because there's
Yeah,
no way he would move on that quick.
Dean's being really nice, so it must not be Dean.
So I'm like, Sam should at least suspect that he's not talking to Dean. He's gonna go to the smelly dude anyway
Mm-hmm.
because he still probably thinks it's the smelly dude, but he ought to be thinking, I'm walking into a trap. What the guy thinks is going to be a trap. Let me prepare myself.
Mm-hmm.
Because since it isn't that guy,
Mm-hmm.
it still sets us up for a surprise. He still gets to be smart and figure out the thing, but
Mm-hmm.
since he didn't realize it was the other dude, he still gets to get jumped and we still have the drama of like the end game of the episode. Like it's such a small
Yeah.
thing, but I feel like I would have been so much more satisfied if he had figured it out and at least tried to plan for something.
Yeah.
No, I
But
totally
that's
get
not what
it.
happens because he's completely like he gets it
Yeah.
eventually, but not until after he's there and the
Yeah.
guy is dying.
I think I can also give Sam that moment where it's like he's probably relieved that Dean is just like listening and like apologized. And it's the
Yeah.
same thing where like Dean is so relieved that like John is like talking to him that he just
Yeah.
has to believe. And so because it's the family, it's that's their weak spot. But you're right. I would have liked that better because it isn't like Sam or it isn't like Dean to be apologetic
Yeah.
or
Or to
nice.
even just like be like or to even just move on
Hmm.
without saying something like I don't know.
You're right.
Um he does get it eventually. I can totally accept every other interpretation, like every explanation for why he doesn't.
Yeah.
Like you just said,
Uh-huh.
I would have been just so much more satisfied.
Yeah.
It would have
No,
been so satisfying.
I'm so
I
with
like when
you.
our boys get to be smart and figure stuff out.
Me
Hmm.
too.
And he does get it without being told,
Yeah,
but just not right away.
totally.
Yeah. But
Yeah. The next thing I wrote was Sam figures it out, of course, while Dean is across town succumbing to the monster like an idiot.
yes, but Sam has such faith that
Hmm.
Dean is not going to kill this man.
Yeah, it's so sad because it's like so Sam saves like a kid from getting hit by a car, which is like amazing.
Yeah, let's not
Um,
gloss over that.
I said,
Yeah.
which is the only reason I can forgive him for wearing that awful paisley inside out thing. It's the only bad shirt of
Is he
this
wearing
whole
that?
episode. Yeah, only for that scene where he's a hero. And I was like, you really had to take that away from me, didn't you? But it's okay. Um, and so I wrote this thing when I didn't realize that Stewie wasn't the Crocata or whatever. I said he lives in field and is a monster. Is no one going to point out that Dean related to this monster via porn? Or is it only when Sam has empathy for monsters that we get upset? Oh, wait, it's Clark, not the creep. Never mind, but still.
Well, I mean, still though, nobody
Yeah.
commented
No one
when they
ever
did think it
does.
was.
Mm-mm. Like when he was hanging out with Casey and was like, I'm your bestie, demon, and like, let's make out, whatever. It's fine.
That's
I'm not
fine.
bitter. Let's move on. Okay. So,
That's totally fine.
right. So, tall hoodie Sam with his hands in his pocket, walking through
Ooh.
street great steam is very important to me. It's a very cool
Yeah.
moment. So, he's
Yeah.
like, we're getting like side quest Sam, where like he is getting just this equal amount of screen time on his quest as like Dean is getting. Because like, I think I wrote that like in another maybe this is in the next episode, but I think I wrote something like in a different episode, we would get like a summary of all that he did, like at the end
Yes.
of the episode.
Hmm.
But he's working a job essentially alone is the dream. And Dean is beating the shit out of a poor grieving father.
That
Um,
phone call before the phone call between the man and his daughter
awful.
is
Hor-
heartbreaking. And it
horrific.
does
Yes.
not help at all knowing that it's fake. It
Yeah.
doesn't help.
Because
It is so breaking. I can't stand it.
well, no, because the John calls were so real. So you believe you know how realistic this awful creature makes these calls. And when she says, "Daddy, I know who killed me," you're
Mhm.
just like, "Oh my fucking God, this poor man." And you can't be upset with him for beating the shit out of
Mm-mm.
Dean because
Right.
wouldn't you? You know, like if
Because
you
I would
thought
do
that
the same
was
thing. Yeah.
exactly, you would do the same thing to someone you thought destroyed your whole world by killing your child.
Yep.
So, meanwhile, Sam saves himself. He breaks himself like out of the bindings. He fights the monster, all while like very silly music is playing. It sounds like the music in the part of Princess Bride with the RUSs. Like it's very like like I'm like, what's going on? Um, I said this is very cool way to kill this guy by uppercutting him back into one of those store display hangers. He just like Sam just kind
Just
of
like
like
pierces his
palm
brain.
palms his forehead, just goes poop, like boff, and then like pop,
Yep.
exactly that word that I said that voice that sound pop just pops his little head like a balloon.
Yeah, I really like a good Sam fight, like a good solid Sam fight where
Hmm.
Dean isn't around, so he can't just get knocked out immediately.
Hmm.
But he can still get like tossed around. So like he gets to fight, and he gets to actually like succeed in his fight. Like I'm a big fan of that. Like he's a he's a big, broad dude, and I like it when they're able to kind of showcase that he has
He's strong and he's
he's
powerful.
strong and solid,
Hmm.
and it
which
really
he
sh
which we
should
should
be.
assume
Mhm.
by looking at him anyways, but the show makes us think, oh, that's the damsel in distress who gets thrown into walls, you
Yeah,
know.
exactly.
Exactly, so
Exactly. So when we get a fight like this, I really appreciate it. But
totally
can I throw us back just slightly, a couple
do
of
it.
minutes, to yet another instance of the gross way that people touch Sam? This guy has him tied up, and he uses the tip of his blade to like
I don't like
move
it.
move Sam's hair out of his face and like behind his ear. Like, why? This happens to Sam
Why?
all the time. But it also occurs to me that that is something that happens to um, female captives.
Yeah,
That happens to them.
it's a power
There's
play.
some element of um, almost sexualized threat that gets placed on them.
Yeah.
And this happens to Sam all the time.
Yeah.
All the time. That's all I had to say about it.
Yeah, I think at this point where we're all just grossed out, and it's good to point out how often, because there will come a time when people will try to downplay it and we'll be like, well, look, listen back through all the times we pointed out how gross it is,
We
and
are
it's
pointing it
constant.
out.
We
Yeah.
will, and we always will. Um I wrote my next note is this is what happens when you don't listen to Sam. Like Dean is like he's like, I didn't kill your daughter, and the guy's like, then why are you here? And he's like, I don't know.
I
It's
don't
like
know.
this is what happens when you don't listen to Sam. So
It's heartbreaking.
the next scene, they have black eyes and like weird faces. Actually, Jared just looks darling. Like they just put extra blush on his face. He just looks like adorable. But Dean says, "I see they improved your face," and then Sam goes right back at you. Um, and
When you
that's
said they have black eyes, I was like, when did they get possessed by demons in this episode?
now like literal
I
bruising,
was so was so confused.
not just the bruises from all the
Bruises.
fighting. And this is when Dean has his apology like speech where he's like, I gave you a hell of a time on this one, and you were right. And then Sam's like, forget about it. And I wrote in all caps, no, Sam, we must never forget when Dean
Do
admits
not
he's
forget.
wrong, ever, because it never happens.
Never forget. But I
No.
am really glad that
Hmm.
Sam brings it back up what he said to fake Dean on the phone, because there are so many times in this show and every other show on television where something important gets said, but it's not to the person it needs to be said to, and they never go back and make sure that person actually hears it. Like, this
Yeah.
could have easily just been brushed aside, and then the fandom in a lot of cases will be like, well, he did apologize or whatever, but the person who needed to hear it didn't actually hear it, and they never went
Right.
back. This is an instance where they could have forgotten about that, but Sam brings it back because he knows Dean didn't hear it. He needs to make sure Dean hears this, that he is sorry,
Mhm.
that it wasn't dad, that it wasn't real. He
Yeah.
is so sorry that the thing that he had pinned his hopes on was all fake.
Yeah. I love that. It's like it's such a gesture of empathy too, because like while Sam didn't believe that it was John, he understands what it would have meant if it was. And there's probably part of him too that wants it to be John, but he just wasn't willing to believe without more proof, while Dean does. And so not only is he, just being there for his brother, but he's also like expressing this like amount of like this empathy. Like I get it, and I love that. I love that he makes sure to make that clear and have that moment to connect with his brother, despite the fact that John is always ignoring Sam.
Yeah.
um and then
He's
Dean.
he's so understanding about Dean's feelings about
Yeah.
the whole thing that
And
he's even
that's why it's always so frustrating when Dean doesn't understand where Sam's coming from, because I believe that Sam so often does understand, or at least tries to understand where Dean is coming from at all times.
yeah.
But Dean says, I wanted to believe so badly that there was a way out of this. I wrote, well, you wasted so much time pretending that you weren't scared because of your ego and bravado. And now we're at the last few weeks and it's like, what can we even do? But Dean calls it the last act of like a desperate man. And then Dean ends the episode by like criticizing how
Yeah, he
Sam
says,
like
now,
responds.
what's he say?
He
Now
says
I
the only
realize
person
now
who
the
can get
only
this
person who can get me out of this is
is
me.
me
And Sam is like,
and
and me,
me.
like very earnestly, I'm right there with you, brother. And
Dean's like, is that
fucking
it?
Dean,
He's being a critical
that's
little
it.
princess. Like he's such a diva. He's like, you should have said something bigger. Okay. Like my feelings are so much more intense. Like you should have had like a speech or something.
And Sam is like, did you want a poem?
Yeah. He's like, do you want, like, you have my bow and my axe and my sword. Like, what are we doing?
But I just wanted you, I wasn't trying to make it a thing. I just wanted to let you know I'm here to help. Uh,
I don't
and he's
know.
like, forget it, the moment's over.
And then it ends because that's where we are in the season. Do
That
you
was the
guys,
thing, Christy, that I was just like,
hello?
are you fucking kidding me? Why are you a dick at all times?
I'm telling you, Jerry Carver writes very like blah, 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 like explosive dialogue for no reason. It just is very strange. So let's do our ratings, you guys, for
Okay.
Okay.
long distance call. But what should have been called what, like Land of the Spirit Phone or whatever, City of the Spirit Phone. Okay, so we're gonna start with wardrobe judgment. Which, as you guys know, I take notes over that now because I just always notice it. So descriptors are horrendous, adorable, genuinely good, and terrible but great. I think we made a hard decision earlier this season that we will save slutty for season 4. So don't have a slutty reference yet or like judgment yet, but it's coming. So let's start. Elle, what did you think of our wardrobe this episode?
If I'm not mistaken, there's a V-neck in this episode, yes?
Yep.
I
And
went
a
with
hoodie.
And
and
a
a
hoodie.
hoodie.
Well, yeah.
I went with genuinely good.
Fair. Christy?
I also went with genuinely good.
Me too. Anytime I get to say hoodie Sam, it makes me happy. And V-neck in the same episode, even though that Paisley monstrosity was there, it was only there in one moment. And so I can
And he
forgive.
looked really good in the suit.
Hell yeah. And he
Mm.
had two different suits. He had like a cop suit, and then they had straight up and down black suits for to pretend to be the FBI. So they had a lot of fun wardrobe shit going on in this episode
This is why my microphone doesn't work.
because of Sam's hoodie. Oh, because of the
Uh,
cat.
sorry. Yeah, Sam's
I
hoodie.
also thought because of Sam's hoodie.
Sam's hoodie is so powerful it ruins your microphone. All
Yeah, I
right.
have a cat that keeps trying to chew on
I love her. She's allowed. Anyways,
Hello.
we can ruin the
Hello,
podcast
cat.
for a cat. Okay, so
I'll do
our
it.
Sam fan friendly scale, on a scale from 0 to 5, we've got screen time, enjoyment, and heart eyes. So, Elle, let's start with you in screen time. How did you feel Sam's screen time was for long distance call?
So, because this is one of those rare split episodes
Mm-hmm.
where Sam actually seems to get an appropriate amount of time, I'm tempted to rate it higher, even though,
Mm-hmm.
he's only there about half the time.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I feel like I'm rewarding the writers for doing a thing that should be standard. But
Yeah, I
anyway,
get what you mean. Rewarding
I'm gonna
expected behavior.
right. But I'm gonna give it like a 4.2.
Totally fair. Chrissy, what do you think?
Yeah, I gave it a 4.25
Mm-hmm.
because it
Hmm.
was a really good split
Yep.
in terms of the screen time and the stuff that he was on screen for was really good stuff.
Agree.
Yeah.
Totally agree. I gave it a really high score. I gave it a 4.7 for screen time because
Ooh.
even when it was Dean time, it was proving Sam right, which I loved. So I
Yes.
was like, screen time all around was rewarding me, a Sam fan. So that's why I gave it a high score. So enjoyment, Elle, how would you rate your enjoyment as a Sam fan of this episode?
As a Sam fan, my enjoyment of this one was pretty high
Mm-hmm.
because, as you said, he's proven right. Um, so I gave it like a 4.75.
Nice. Christy, what about you?
I gave it a 4.
Cool.
Mm.
I
Fair.
don't know why I only gave it a 4, but
There are parts
that's
of
where
it
I
that,
was.
yeah, there
Yeah.
are parts of it that are not enjoyable. I gave it 4.5, so lower than the screen time score, mostly just because there were moments where I was like, why is everything so, why are they being so mean to me? Like, I was just
Why
like,
is it so
Yeah.
angry?
yeah. It
Yeah.
was like, I don't understand why the obtuseness of this episode exists. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't feel earned. I don't like that. The final one is Hard Eyes. So, Elle, what were your Hard Eyes score for this one?
My heart eyes is high. Like I'm like 4.8 heart eyes because of
Ooh.
all of the gentleness.
Yes. I love when he's gentle.
Gentle.
So gentle and so kind. Christy, what about you?
I gave it a 4.5.
Mm-hmm.
He got to be so good with our victims, and he got to
Mm-hmm.
save the day, and he got to look
Mm-hmm.
good in a hoodie.
Yes.
Our
Yes.
boy.
That's our boy. I gave it like 4.6, like very close because like of all the gentleness and like the kindness and the smarts, I
Oh, I
like
like the
saving
smart.
himself.
Yes.
And then like his hair like ruled. We got him in a hoodie, but we also got him like in the rain. We also got him in a V-neck
Oh
briefly.
my God.
It was a good episode for the hard
Yes,
eyes. It was
Hmm.
so many presents.
so many treats. Treats, that's what Jess would say. Treats.
Treats,
Treats for us.
treats, treats.
So my average for this episode was a 4.6. L, yours was a 4.58. And Christy, yours was a 4.25. So overall, on the SAM scale, this is a 4.47. Let's
Not
rate this
bad.
on, I know it's pretty good. So let's rate this on our general scale and see how different it is, if it is different at all. So on our general rating scale, we have writing, directing as 1 on a scale from 0 to 5, acting on the same scale, and enjoyment overall on the same 0 to 5 scale. So Elle, how would you rate on a scale from 0 to 5 the rating and directing of this episode?
I'm gonna go with a 3 for this one, just
Okay.
because I did not like how mean everybody was for
Yeah.
no reason.
Yeah. Totally. Christy?
I'm going with a 3.5
Yeah.
because, again, I like the bare bones of it.
Yeah, totally.
I didn't like how plotty it was.
Yeah. I'm with you. I gave it a 3.7. So I gave it the highest of the three of us. But again, it's because I thought the dialogue was really weird, but I love the horror elements. I thought that was really interesting. I actually enjoyed the lore. The only thing I didn't love about the plot was the like twist. I would have been fine if it was Stewie. I didn't need it to be some random other guy, that we saw for a second. But in general, I really did enjoy this as a story. So I gave it a kind of almost a 4.
I
Um,
just, I genuinely, again, would have been happier if this had just been a Monster of the Week episode,
without like myth arc
unconnected
stuff.
to, yeah.
Totally understand.
I, which is wild. I'm not used to having that complaint. Usually I hate I don't want the Monster of the Week episodes.
Yeah.
I don't want the filler episode,
It's
but
because
I would have been happy with it.
every time they talked about the myth arc, it was like fraught for some reason. Like all the
Yeah.
communication was so like um acting. Oh, how did you score the acting for this episode?
Um, I think the acting, mm,
Hmm.
I think it's overall,
Mhm.
it's like just okay. Like
Yeah.
there wasn't a whole lot of, oh my God, like the dad talking to his daughter on the phone for 3 seconds,
Yeah.
heartbreaking.
Got me.
And Sam himself, but we've got a whole Sam score for that.
True.
So I'm just gonna give it like a 3.5.
Fair.
Not special, not bad.
Totally fair. Christy, what about you?
That is exactly what I gave it. Kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
There weren't really any standouts, but it's not like anyone was episode 1 of this season terrible either.
God, that was so bad. Oh my God, I'm with you. I gave it a 3.8, I think, because the young girl, Lainey, did a really good job. I thought she
She
had
did.
good chemistry with Jared. Of course, who doesn't have good chemistry with
doesn't?
Jared? Oh my
The
God.
the little kid was fun.
He was cute.
The
Yeah,
boy,
he was
the little
fun.
brother. Hmm.
I think I just have a soft spot for that dad. He did such a good job and he had so little to work with, but he was still such a memorable actor for me. So I gave it almost a 4. But okay, so the last one is enjoyment, just in general. Like how much did you like the episode period? So Elle, on a scale from 0 to 5, what would you give this as just like an episode you enjoyed?
I enjoyed this episode. Um, I have not codified like a would I go watch this on its own or would I not skip it or would I
Hmm.
skip it? I haven't really done that, but I do enjoy watching this episode because of all of the great horror elements and the
Yeah,
great Sam elements. So I think for that reason I give it like a 4.5.
cool. What about you, Christy?
I gave it a 4.25.
Fair. I give it a 4.5 as well. I would put this on as a standalone. I
Oh
think
yeah.
I actually have in the past. It's such a good like if this was a scary movie, I would be in the theater. I
Yeah.
love the concept. It's
Oh, that's
very
true.
upsetting. I think because it does that thing that like the movies that really stay with people like Hereditary, like it dips into your personal family trauma, your personal grief, and then it uses it to terrorize you. And I think that's such an interesting,
Hmm.
good horror like element. So my average for this on just the regular general scale is a 4. And Elle, you gave it a 3.66. And then Christy, you gave it a 3.75. So overall, on the general scale, it scored a 3.8 compared to the 4.7 or 4.47 on the Sam scale. So Sam did elevate our enjoyment of it, but it's still a pretty good episode.
Yeah.
Interesting.
All right, are we ready for the next one?
Yeah.
Yes.
Y'all are getting to eat. We're feeding our listeners this week because this is a long ass episode.
Yeah.
I looked at the clock. I was like, damn, we talked an hour and a half before we even finished the first episode because we had so much to say about movies at the beginning. But
Yeah.
let's talk about our next episode. So, season 3, episode 15, Time is on My Side. This was written by Sarah Gamble, as most all Pen Ultimates are. I think so far all of them have been. And this was directed by Charles Beeson. I already knew it was going to be excited. I said I should have known this was written by Sarah because I know what this one is about and she handles nuance really well. And I'm so grateful they gave this one to her. So this episode is essentially about what is a man who has figured out immortality using science. And the cold open is like a man who goes to like the hospital and he's like holding his intestines or something and a very unprofessional nurse like screams in his face.
Yeah.
I was like, girl, you're supposed to be
You
used to
can
that.
show me. I promise I've seen everything.
Oh my
And then
God.
she just is like, and it's like, girl, that I've seen Grey's Anatomy. You have to keep your cool. Okay. Even they keep their cool.
You
So
know you're fucked when.
yeah, 100%. So it cuts to the boys. They're like torturing a demon. They're like really like on the we are gonna fucking figure out how to get Dean out of this train. Like that's what they're focused on. And so they're on this like tunnel vision, and then Sam was like, "Oh, I also heard of this case we could possibly like jump on." And Dean's like, or yeah, Dean's kind of like, "Well, what do you mean? I thought you wanted to only focus on this. You found a case." And Sam is kind of like, "Yeah, I know like you also like to work a case like while we're doing this." And you can it kind of lingers on his face, like the camera kind of lingers on his face, and you know something's up. And so what we find out eventually is that Sam like has an idea that this guy knows how to like live forever, and he's wondering if this might be the answer to saving Dean. And so he wants to like kind of figure out more. Dean gets to meet Rufus, which is fun. Love Rufus. He's such a cool
Rufus.
character. He's so crotchety and grumpy, and we love that. um and then they again kind of go on like separate, I think, like parallels, like side quests.
Mhm.
I don't think we get as much Sam as we do in the other one, but it's still a lot. And Sam ends up saving a girl from this Frankenstein doctor. And there's like maggots. It's a whole thing. It's very gross. And he again gets an opportunity to be very like soft and sweet with a victim. And then while Dean is like off like talking to Rufus, trying to find Bella because they think if they get the cult, they can, kill the demon that holds whatever his deal. And so what ends up happening at the end, Sam is on the table. I have a fun video I'm going to share with you guys about the effects for that moment where it looks like he's going to get his eyes scooped out. And then
Ugh.
right at that
Ugh.
moment, Dean shows up and he saves Sam, and Sam is like, "Look, this is science. Like, you should think about it." Dean's like, "I can't. This isn't living. I refuse." And they get rid of it. They kill they didn't kill, they can't kill the guy. So they bury him alive in this like, is like refrigerator or whatever. And at the end, Dean calls Bella, and Bella has tried to kill the Winchesters to save herself because the demons who hold her contract, because she made a deal, have changed it, and they're like, if you kill Sam Winchester, we will spare you. But Dean's ahead of her on this, and so they're already gone, and they have this really upsetting conversation. And we, as the audience, see into her memories that her parents were abusing her, and that's why she made this deal with the demons to have them killed so they could stop abusing her. But Dean is just so judgmental and horrible to her about it, and is like, "I'll see you in hell," and that's the end. And they never know that that's why Bella made that deal when she was a child. And the last moment of the screen before it goes black is Bella watching outside and hearing like the hellhounds growl, and then it's over. And that's it. We're on our way from that point to the finale. So, where should we start? It's very a lot.
Well, I'm pretty sure an actual ER nurse wouldn't be like, just pull your hands away from where you're probably, you know,
Holding something in place.
like even if she doesn't think he's been so disemboweled that he's literally holding his guts in,
Yeah.
he's probably keeping pressure on a wound. Like you
Yeah.
can see there's blood. Get him lying down, and then you kind of carefully take a peek. Like that's no.
Yeah. It was not good. She
No.
was not good at her job.
But can we talk about how gross this victim was right from the like very start, right from the start of the cold open? So he's some sort of like plastic surgeon, and he's really disappointed that he doesn't have a boob job to do in the morning. He has to do like a complete like lift on an old lady,
I hate
Yeah.
him.
and he's
Jail.
complaining about it.
That is so terrifying. That's like my obviously that's everyone's worst nightmare is that their
Yeah.
doctor's a creep, which is why I only go to women. Like
Mhm.
women can be creeps too, but at least it's like I could take her, like because I'm also a woman, you know what I mean? But like
Right. Hmm.
it feels like maybe I have a better shot. But like the way that like they consistently use that kind of like creepy, like sexually deviant language to show that someone's
Ugh.
not a good person, like that's always their go-to. And I mean, maybe they didn't want us to feel bad for this victim because I don't know why. If they were gonna, introduce this in this way, and then maybe Sam was gonna be like, maybe this is what we do. Maybe they wanted it to seem like you only
Maybe,
choose
yeah,
bad guys.
maybe they're trying to
Yeah.
like introduce this idea that maybe it's not as morally reprehensible
Yeah.
as
Well, have you guys watched Peacemaker on
not yet. I need
HBO?
to. I
Not
haven't
yet.
yet.
You haven't? Okay, I'm not gonna spoil it. Never mind.
I need to though.
Just remember this conversation at some point.
Okay.
You might watch it and go, "Is this what she was talking about?" When we're done? Anyways, but no, I do think that was interesting that Sarah
Mhm.
chose to rate the victim as a creep, where you're kind of like, is it maybe he sucks, maybe he deserves it.
And even
Maybe
our
he
second
sucks.
victim is, how do I put it?
Who was the second one?
Our guy who lost his kidney is again
Oh,
kind of like you feel really bad for him, but again, he's like super confrontational.
It's
Like,
really
oh,
funny. He's like,
I've already answered all this.
yeah.
Well, is this gonna get my kidney back? Like,
Yeah, there's a point where they're like, "Do you remember anything?" Blah blah blah, and he's like, "You know what? I do remember something. I remember my kidney being taken." And it's like, okay, you're hilarious, but also like, hello, why are you being such an asshole?
like answer because maybe you can save other people from
right?
getting their kidneys stolen.
It's funny. I know that they write these moments like this for the boys because the boys are technically coming in after the other professionals already did, and so they're it's feeling like they're beating a dead horse, and so it's supposed to feel like because they're lying, they're this is how they're treated because of that. But
Yeah.
to me, I'm just like, I would answer any questions anyone asked me if this happened to me because I would want to help the
Yeah.
I'd be
investigation.
like, anything, anything. Are you new people? Great, I'll tell you all the stuff too. I
And you're
mean,
telling me the Winchesters walk in? I'm like, oh,
I will tell you anything you
yeah.
want.
I mean, would you like to stick around? Let's talk
Let's
longer.
talk about other
Like, are
things.
you kidding me?
Do you
Anyways,
guys like board games?
what board game would you play with Sam Winchester?
Ooh, with Sam?
Yeah.
I'd probably teach him Spirit Island.
Whoa.
Prob
Is it like a strategy game?
It's strategy, but better than that, you take on the persona of a god of this island
So it's like an
with
RPG.
your fellow gods,
Okay.
and you are trying to push the invaders out.
So it's
You
strategy and RPG.
kinda, yeah,
That's
you're kind of
fun.
leveling up your god as you play, but
Huh.
you don't have like really like a personality or anything like that. You're just
Oh,
like
okay.
but you are, I mean, your whole job is to kill the white people
As you should. We are a problem.
and protect the native people who live there.
Protect the islands. Oh my God, I love
Protect the
that.
island. Yeah.
Oh my God,
So
Christy,
that's what I would play with
what
Sam.
would you play with Sam Winchester? What board
I love
game?
this.
Uh, Conveniently given the episode that we're talking about, I'd be really curious to try Dead of Winter.
Interesting.
It is a like zombie strategy survival game.
Ooh, okay, he would kill at that because he like fights
Right.
actual zombies.
Right. There's a little bit of like RPG to it, depending on which character you end up with. It'd be a lot of fun.
Oh, I'm obsessed with that. Okay, the game I would play with Sam Winchester is Cards Against Humanity. I would literally be like, okay, boys, let's go.
That's
Grab
amazing.
some whiskey, and we would all get to know each other playing Cards Against Humanity. And then I would do tarot. I would read their cards because I
Ooh.
would want to see how Sam would probably be kind of into it. And then Dean would kind of be like, what? But he'd be like, kind of like a dick about it, but he would secretly be interested.
Yeah,
And so
also
then
really vibing with it. Yeah.
yeah, and as we continue to drink whiskey, then they'd be interested in their astrology because I'd get them drunk enough that they'd be like, whatever. And then they'd be like, what does my sun mean? And I'd be like, fuck yeah. That would be my dream, like, board game night where I just lure them into like the occult, but like in a fun way.
I'd also really like to get them into
Fun way.
D&D.
Ooh, I'd play
Oh,
D&D.
yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
Oh,
start a D&D campaign with the Winchesters.
oh my God. Jared,
Jared, please.
if you ever listen to this,
Genevieve.
Jen,
I don't know
let's
why
play
I'm
D&D.
appealing to
just-
her, but I just feel like that
I
we have a
just
better
want
shot.
to know what the boys think their characters would be.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. What do you
Like what
think?
class?
Yeah, like what do you think Dean would
Yeah,
be and what do you think Sam would
what
be?
class, what race,
Oh.
like
Because I defer to you guys because I don't know as much as you guys do, but I would be interested.
I
to
have
know.
some theories, but
Wait, what
are
if we
your theories?
hold on? What if we save this for a chatty episode?
yeah.
Okay, we're
Okay.
doing that. Sorry,
Alright.
everyone listening, but you should subscribe to the Patreon, and this will be on a chatty episode. I
Yeah,
promise.
let me write this down real
Hell
quick
yeah.
because I just had an epiphany and I want to make sure I have it
Obsessed.
down.
What?
Also, go
Amazing.
ahead and just like comment on this episode or submit like to our Instagram or to our Patreon if you're on for free or whatever, anywhere, and send us some questions like this that you would want us to discuss on chatty episodes, like this kind of thing, like D&D. What kind of games would you play? Anything, any kind of like silly little questions are super fucking fun for those episodes. I can't get over how cool both y'all's hair is. Like, okay, so Elle has like blue in her hair, and then Chrissy has like the gorgeous, like lavender, like bright purple, like lavender color. And I'm just over here with like normal
My hair did used to be
hair.
purple like Christie's,
Yeah.
but it turned blue in the ocean.
That's because of the ocean.
Yeah, yeah.
I love that for you.
It turned blue in the ocean. So one of my friends is convinced I'm a mermaid now.
Well, I believe that you are. Okay, so let's get
take
back
it.
to the episode, even though that was a really fun aside. Like, we definitely need
Sorry.
We
on a
need
chat
to.
it. No, I mean, I'm the one who asked, like, what board game did you play with the Winchesters?
Definitely.
I got us, off track willingly. So it says the boys are torturing a demon. And so we're just like jumping right into the action. And I said, I don't like the optics of it being a black man.
Ooh, yeah, I don't like that.
Mhm.
Mostly because we just don't have a lot of black characters to make this not look bad. But I'm glad they introduced Rufus in this episode.
Yes.
Because
Yeah,
for
that's
as
true.
far as we know, he doesn't die until way, way like farther into the series when they bring him back just to kill him as they do every other woman who's ever been on the show.
Yeah.
And then
the-
Dean just casually burying a dead body after they exercise.
Well,
this
and
guy.
torturing the demon is a bit horrific the way they do it. Like,
Oh, yeah.
considering there's a guy in there,
Yeah.
and then when they're,
Don't they just torture him with holy water though?
yeah, but that's,
That doesn't hurt the body, it just hurts the demon.
Though
I don't-
I do think they imply after that the body might have already been dead.
Yeah.
might have already been dead.
He said
yeah,
they
I
ride him
didn't-
really hard on purpose,
for
he
kicks.
said. Mhm.
Like the whole thing was like uncomfortable to me because
Yeah, it was
Dean's
not
like
good.
pretty sure demons just ride him hard for kicks. Like, um, at one point that poor schmuck was your brother,
Hello.
and you're just like
Yeah.
casually throwing that out there. Okay, like, ugh. But
Ugh. Ugh.
I also hate that any time that moms are always the butt of the jokes.
Yeah.
The who told you that or whatever. Your mom. Right after I whatever. I'm just like,
Well,
okay, come on.
Dean was like,
Gross.
I'm gonna tear your entire nervous system out of your body. Like the face he made when he said that.
Yeah.
And I said that. I wrote down like here Sarah is with the essay demon language again. Like that's what they always have to default to is this like
Mhm.
sexual assault like
Yeah.
coded language.
Oof.
Like the way he spoke about Mary, like it made all of us mad. Like we wanted him to die, and I think that's what that's what she was trying to get us to feel. The
Yeah.
optics just were bad because and it's I mean Were either of you guys on when we had Tam was it Tamara?
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
I think we talked about the fact
I
that I
wasn't on that one.
think
It was the
a
black
lot of it,
couple that got killed, or
I
the husband got killed.
yeah, I think a lot of it was probably just they wrote the they wrote the script and then they kept it for whoever ended up being cast,
Yeah, they
right?
casted later and then didn't consider the optics of
Yeah,
like,
colorblind casting or
mhm.
whatever.
Yeah, because L, it was the premiere of the season, and which was already a terrible episode. But then we discussed how awful it looked because it was a couple that were black surrounded by white demons, and they were forcing a black man to die in front of his black wife, and it
By
was
chugging bleach.
yeah, it was like awful. It was like Drano
Oh
or
my
something.
God, I
And it
remember
was
that.
very reminiscent of like a lynching. Like it looked very bad. And we talked about how, hello, like, why is no one in the writer's room or on set or somewhere that could at some point have said, hey, this looks very fucked up considering like our history and just like how this isn't okay. Like,
Oh
where could
man,
it have,
that
where could the
is.
buck have stopped? And like, there was just no place for it because there aren't enough people of color like on the staff. I love Sarah, but like,
That was a miss.
I don't, Sarah didn't write that episode, but like when I get into this episode where we're looking at two white men torturing a black demon, and it just, if it, we wouldn't talk about it like this if there were enough people who were cast in
Yeah.
roles that it
Mhm.
didn't stand out. You know what I mean? Where
That
it's
this
like,
this role didn't
yeah,
stand as the representation of of black people because
yeah,
it's one of the only
Right.
ones there is.
yeah,
And again, it's that problem of you probably like you weren't thinking about it when you wrote the episode
right.
and you just cast an extra who
Mm-hmm.
was good, but then there was no one there to say,
Mm-hmm.
hey, now that we've cast this person, maybe we should think about the optics of
Yeah.
this.
And I don't think the optics of this episode, episode 15, would be as bad if the optics of episode 1 weren't so
Right.
awful. Because that was the
Yeah.
thing is
Yeah.
like, not like the couple was black and then they were surrounded by what a group of what, 12 to 15 people, all of them white. Not one other person in the episode was a person of color. And so like at least if it was a more diverse cast in that episode, you could argue, well, it wasn't the same imagery of a lynching or the imagery of like race. You know what I mean? But because it was that, you're like, oh my God. And so now
Yeah.
this feels sensitive because you're
Yep,
like,
we
Yeah.
just have a track record of
yep.
bad.
Yeah.
The Drano will never leave my mind. It's one of the worst deaths I've
No.
seen on Supernatural, and it happened to him. And
I blocked it out. And now
and
I
you didn't
remember
have to
it.
watch it. You didn't have to watch it because you weren't on it.
Is
But now I
that
remember.
that's still like one of the worst rated episodes I think we've had.
Oh yeah, it was bad. It was pretty
Mm,
bad. I mean, there was anyways, we've talked about it. Y'all
Yeah,
listened. We
yeah.
talked about it this season, but it was pretty
uh,
bad. We're like catching Elle up on why this scene with the black demon really upset us. It's because it fully to me like drew back to that moment. And the boys' faces are very scary. Like Sam is like smirking. Like, it's very upsetting to watch them do
ugh.
this. We're just in the first like 4 minutes of this episode. We'll keep moving, but like that to me, the imagery in that first scene was pretty intense.
That is, I thought it was pretty horrific.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But Sam is excited about the alchemist. Like he's like, this is so cool. Both boys are in very pretty shirts. Apparently, Sam is in like this forest green, which I thought brought out the green in his eyes, which is really
Mm.
pretty. And then Dean is in like this nice bluish plaid. So I'm feeling good about the wardrobe so far. And then Sam's like a silly little brother, making Dean lose his appetite by talking about like the process of the alchemist. Like,
I love it.
Trying to like sell Dean on it with, hey, it's zombies, right? Like I'm bribing
oh,
you with zombies.
yeah. Um,
You like zombies?
the doctor is really scary. Like,
Yeah.
I do like the horror of this episode. Like
Yeah.
it is science, it is real, but that's what's frightening is that um it's
It
like decaying,
it's not
walking
supernatural.
death.
It's like
Yes.
another one of those like the benders
Hmm.
where you
And it's
don't have to necessarily have something supernatural in order to be
terrifying
truly terrifying.
and gross. There's a lot of
Gross.
body horror in this episode.
Yeah.
It's like a well done Frankenstein's monster sort of thing,
Yeah, except he's his
right?
own like monster. Like
Yeah.
it's like a Prometheus. It's like a weird, I don't know. It's hard to it's yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I don't know that I have a good literary
Because I
comparison.
almost said Prometheus and I'm like, even that's not right. Like, because he's an immortal. It's kind of like I don't want to reference Harry Potter because fuck J.K. Rowling, but like it's like a kind of the alchemy of the Sorcerer's Stone like keeps this person alive, but it's
Mhm.
like a gross version of that where like instead
Yeah.
of like getting to use this stone, he has to keep finding like as the parts of his body kind of shut down, he has to find like an asshole that he can kill and like take their spleen or whatever.
Okay, that
That
is
is
not where
not
I
where I thought you were
thought that
going
was
with
going.
that.
When his
His
asshole stops
his
working,
asshole stops working, so he has to go find a new one.
he doesn't want to be
I
incontinent in
mean,
diapers, so he goes and finds an asshole that he can. No, I meant like a mean person, like that guy who's a creepy plastic surgeon. Like
Mhm.
he's like, "Fuck you. You're a creep to women, and you're mad that you have to help an old woman in surgery. I'm taking your intestines."
You don't deserve these intestines.
Oh my God, that is such a funny vigilante. Like that would be so funny. Like this is the character I'm coming up with. He's just trying to keep himself alive, but he uses the need to like replace his gross like dying like organs to like vigilante like bad guys. He's like
And
the
like Dean gave up that superhero
he could
angle.
have been
He
the
could have been.
vigilante Frankenstein Dexter of It's late and I'm on my second glass of whiskey. Okay.
I love it.
So
I love it.
it's kind of wild how my perception of this episode kind of like in retrospect, like was way off because I used to think this episode was way like earlier in this season. I think because we used to talk about it out of context when we would discuss the same circumstances situation in season 9.
Uh,
And I'd never realized this is actually the penultimate episode of season
mhm.
3. That's how important this storyline is. But I used to like when I would try to like recall like back in like season 9 was airing, I would recall it for some reason like in the middle of season 3.
And again, I love this episode, especially the way that we've done it, watching it right back to back with the episode
Yes.
before.
That was totally
Mhm.
by accident that I grouped these two together when I was making like cutting it the season up for how to record episodes together, and I'm so glad it
But
shook
yeah,
out
it
this
It's
way.
it's
totally
perfect
works.
Hmm.
because again, we get to compare. I'm totally jumping around here,
No, you're
but we
fine.
get to compare Dean's desperation
Hmm.
and his want to believe in like something without any proof last episode
Hmm.
to Sam's entirely different type of desperation
Hmm.
this episode based off of what looks like good, like grounded in science.
Scientific evidence. Yeah.
Yeah.
He has so much evidence that he is blind to the the vibes of it,
Right, he's
while
kind
Dean
of
is
willing to
will
hand wave away
yeah.
the
Well,
squitty.
And like what I was gonna say is on the opposite end, what Dean was all vibes and no evidence. And so I do like that kind of
Yeah.
like upside down comparison where like the vibes and the evidence have to match, and neither of them had a solution where that was true.
Yeah, we're
I
getting
I
so close. Sorry, go ahead.
no, I agree with you guys. But I also like I want to see it that way as well, but I cannot get myself over the conversation that they have toward the end where Sam is like, yeah, it's die in 3 weeks to hellhounds or need another liver in 50 years. And then he's like, it buys us time to figure
Yeah.
something else out. Sam killing
Yeah.
people for their organs was never Sam's end game
Right.
for this plan. It was just to get more time to figure something out. Like,
Yeah. I
and
just
people are
don't know
like,
how
Sam
he
was willing to just chop up people to keep Dean alive. I'm like,
True.
that's not really how that
Oh,
scene goes.
Okay, but Frankenstein Dexter does sound like a good TV show. I'm just saying.
mhm.
Yeah, I would watch it for
I do
sure.
wonder though, I feel like Sam was focusing so much on the evidence of this like cool scientific like experiment. But I'm like, okay, but how do you keep hellhounds from tearing the Frankenstein person apart? I don't know. It was just
Just like
it was hard for
eternally
me.
tearing them apart because they just keep
Then
tearing them
he
apart
yeah,
until they die, but he
then
never
he's just
dies.
like Sally from A Nightmare Before Christmas and he has to like keep being sewn back up. Like I
That
don't
was my
know.
other thing. Like, if part of your face starts to rot away, wouldn't you just replace your whole face? Why does this guy have stitches through his whole face?
Maybe he liked how he looked. Like I'm trying to think of Dean like replacing his face. He would never want to do that.
No.
He's
Uh-uh.
beautiful. Like keep those princess eyes and freckles. Like
Right.
bread and butter,
But our
baby.
doctor whatever guy is like, you know, it would look really cool if this part of my face was a whole different skin color and I had huge stitches.
Maybe he
I'll
was
blend
the
right
kind of
in.
person who was like very pragmatic and he just like didn't care what things looked like and he just wanted things to function.
He was
But
like,
to me, Dean's the
why
kind of person who would be like, no, this mug forever or death.
this mug or die?
Literally. The next thing I wrote is a new slate-colored pearl snap shirt for Sam, which was beautiful. I did
Ooh,
like it.
I do like a pearl snap.
Um, and yeah, like there was a Sid and Nancy reference, very normal brothers thing to say.
You know.
Because Sam's like, whatever the pill is, I'll take it too. And
Ooh,
Dean's like, what is this,
Sid and
Sid and
Nancy.
Nancy? And I'm like, you aren't married.
Oh my God.
Are you? Like,
Are you?
but
I
here's something
mean,
I loved, and Elle, I know you're gonna love this too. Christy, you're gonna love it too. Is when Dean goes, I'm not gonna let you do this. And Sam goes, you're not gonna let me? How are you gonna stop me?
how are you gonna stop me? Ah, ha, ha. I wrote, how
It's
are you
kind of
gonna
like
stop me? Love that for
I
Sam.
said I love to see it. Well, because like true. Like, how is Dean going to stop Sam from doing anything? And I think
Hmm.
that was, it wasn't even Sam posturing. He was just like, okay, let's be real. Like, how are you going to stop me? Like, you can't. Like, let's just be practical. And I think
Let's
that's
just be so fucking for real.
be fucking for real right now, brother. Like,
Brother.
brother. Oh, let's not talk about that.
Okay.
Like, fuck him. He died, but like, also, let's not talk about it.
Let's not.
You like how I said, let's not talk about it, and then I
And
immediately
then
start talking about
immediately talk.
it.
I do love that. I love that about you.
I just be talking. I don't know.
Sometimes you just be talking.
Sometimes I'm just saying things. Okay. So I said, I really love Rufus and I love that he puts Dean in his place. And then I love that they're like bonding, but Dean is also really uncomfortable because Rufus is just being like way more like sardonic and dark than Dean ever is. He's
Yeah.
like, there's
Mhm.
ain't no happy ending. Like we all have it coming. And he tells me, he's like, I'm what you have to look forward to if you survive. And then he's like, but you won't.
But
That
you won't.
is dark as fuck, my
Fucking,
I
dude.
oh my
love
God.
Rufus.
Me too. And he's
Oh,
right.
Jesus,
Yeah.
Rufus.
Like he knows exactly what's coming. He knows how things go. And he's seen everything. I love him. He's
Mhm.
just like another Bobby, but like even grumpier. I just love him.
Even grumpier.
Even grumpier. And then poor Sam has to like rent a different car every episode if he doesn't
I know.
go in the Impala with Dean.
I wondered, when does he start just stealing cars? Because he does just start stealing them.
Probably after Dean goes to hell. Like I can't imagine it'll start in the next episode, but like
Doesn't
yeah.
he doesn't take the Impala when
No,
Dean
he
goes to hell?
does, but when Dean like returns.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
right.
Well, and I mean, Dean and him are like at odds all season 4. I can't wait for that. We're gonna be so happy in season 4 of this podcast.
Yay!
Oh my
Love
God.
season
We're all
4.
like, um, I
Ew.
said Sam looks very pretty. The hair is hairing. The forehead crinkle is crinkling. And then there's that weird ear joke that Dean makes with Roof.
Oh my God.
He's like, I'll try anything once, but that just sounds uncomfortable.
That sounds uncomfortable.
At first, I was like, what is Rufus asking? Like, did Bella lose an ear? And he's wondering if Dean just like did it? Like, what are we talking about? But it was a weird way for him to bring it up. I'll say
It
that.
was. It was. I think
Yeah.
he was probably trying, she was probably trying to set up the weird joke, the weird Dean joke.
I mean, the in writing, yes, but like, I just
Yes.
like, who says, did you do her ear? Like,
Did you do her ear?
sir?
Sir?
Exactly. What are you saying?
Yeah.
If
Sir?
y'all have not seen this episode in a while, he was asking, did you do like a fingerprint? Just to clarify for anyone who hasn't rewatched season 3 in a while, it was not what Dean was trying to make it. It was not that.
It was not that, no.
I
Thank
said,
fuck.
thank goodness the show keeps us showing Sam's side of the episode. Thank you, Sarah. If this was anyone else, it would be all Dean, and we get a summary of all he's done at the end. So yeah, that's I mentioned it in the last episode, but it was actually this one because I was actually really concerned. I was like, crap, we're like splitting up, and you just can't always trust the writers to split it up evenly. So
Mhm.
we were really lucky both of these back to back doing that as well.
I don't ever trust the writers.
Mm-mm. Well, because we have like 12 seasons where we shouldn't, and we only have like 3 where it's kind of okay to.
Yeah. We've been hurt.
We've been deeply traumatized by this
We've
series,
been hurt.
especially
Who
as Sam
hurt you?
fans.
The writers
The
did.
writers of Supernatural. There are maggots. It's very upsetting,
Ugh.
but it is an opportunity for Sam to be sweet and gentle with a victim and say sorry, I'm so sorry,
That's
and like
true.
be really
Oh my
sweet.
gosh. I was
Yes.
so impressed that he managed to like rescue her.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah, he has to like pick her up and like run with her out.
right?
Get her in the
Yes.
car.
Mhm.
And like didn't they escape through like a window or something
I
somehow?
think so.
Yeah.
So like he has to like, I don't know, break that window or something, get her through the window, get himself through the window,
He has
and
to
then pick
open
her
the
up
car
and run with
somehow.
her.
Yeah,
She looks so small in his arms.
he's
And
large.
and there's also that scene where he's trying to keep her quiet,
Yeah.
right? In
His
the
whole
basement.
hand goes over
His
her.
whole hand is over her whole face is
I
in his
knew
hand.
you were gonna comment on that.
But he also wraps his other hand around the back of her head to like, I guess, help her kind of calm down and also like cushion her head
Yeah, he's like
or whatever.
cradling her head, but
Like
also like
cradling
covering.
her head.
So then it's just like bloop.
It's like the hands are handing. Like
Hands are handing.
it was amazing. Yes.
You were
Mhm.
like, this is what I wish for myself. I wish my
I
entire
wrote-
head to be enveloped by Jared's hands.
I wrote, "Oh, to be a tiny girl in Sam Winchester's arms."
Oh, yeah. It's like that meme I
Yeah.
sent you guys where it's like the knight is holding the girl. And it was like Sam and like Sam fandom. And then I
Oh.
think I sent it to Vic and she was like, it's actually flipped for me. I am the knight holding Sam. And I was like, I can see that too.
Yeah. I mean, were we or were we not
It's
the
both ways.
Sam
Well,
army for a while?
Hell yeah, we were the Sam army. Well, yeah, I like Sam holding me a delicate princess and he's a knight is like
Yes.
beautiful. But
That's
the other way
beautiful.
around, like me being a big, strong knight holding delicate Sam as a princess also sounds amazing to me.
Also amazing.
Love it.
Yes.
So then Sam hits Frankenstein with his car.
rolls over
runs him
him.
over. Yeah.
And
Just keeps going.
and he knows even though he did
Fantastic.
that, the guy's not dead. So Dean is okay. So I know he doesn't know why Bella killed her parents, but he's so self-righteous on the phone with her. And it makes me crazy because doesn't he think, okay, this girl is 26, 27, made this deal 10 years ago, had to be a child, killed her parents. Does he not consider for a second that why would a child feel like this was necessary? Like,
Don't they say that she was 14 when she made the deal, or did I just pull that out of my ass?
I also
could
got
believe it.
14, 24.
She's
that-
on
that-
Yeah.
a swing set. Like she's very young. you know? And 14 is like eighth grade. That's like the end of your eighth grade year
Her
in
parents died when
America.
she was 18 or 14. I think that was
Okay.
Oh, so
something Rufus said, I think.
yes, yes. Okay, so she's a child. She was a literal tiny baby child,
Hmm.
brand new to adolescence. And they don't, I just don't understand why Sam or Dean don't like consider like, why would she want her parents to be killed as a child? And I can't imagine they think she's just like a bad seed. She's not that evil. Like they like her to a degree. So I don't know. It just drives me crazy. And it makes me even more crazy that she doesn't tell them the truth. She's just like, yeah, they were great people. And I got rich and they died. And
I think at that point she knows they're not going to be able to help her, and she just doesn't want to share her.
she doesn't owe them her trauma. And I get it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But if it were me,
It
I'd want them
drives
to
me nuts.
feel fucking terrible.
Yeah.
I
I do t I would too. Yeah.
I think Bella is the biggest tragedy of this shortened season because
Agreed.
we lose what, like 8 episodes because of the writer's strike.
Yep.
Um, and then I think we lose. I mean, you fumbled Lauren Cohen.
Ugh.
Right? Oh
Yes.
my God.
How it haunts me because I imagine not long after this, she must have gone on to, this
I
would
have
have
to
been
look it up.
2008. She probably either went on to Chuck or
Yes, absolutely. Chuck was on season the first season of Chuck existed the year of the writer's strike, I think. Because
yeah.
it was very one of those things where they didn't know if it was even going to get traction because of it.
So she probably moved on to that and then probably not long after would have been The Walking Dead.
Oh, 100%.
So,
That's
but
her bread and butter for
so like
sure.
you fumbled her with this shortened season and rather than draw out her storyline, you do this to her and okay, we're we're done. That's
She
it.
dies off screen. We
Yep.
never.
It's
And
awful. And I don't want to see her die, but my God. Okay, so this was, I'm looking it up now, 2007 to 2008 in Supernatural. And so in 2011 is when she was in Chuck for 5 episodes. And not long after that, she was in Vampire Diaries for 3 seasons. And then whoa, she was in Batman versus Superman. So yeah, after that is when she was able to get into The Walking Dead, which I mean, she's set for life now, like at that point.
but it just pisses me off that they
I agree.
If anybody in our comments can recommend some really good, like Bella Fix It
Ooh.
fic that is heavy on the Sam,
Yeah. Send us some
and
AO3
please
links.
I'll actually
recommend.
confess I loved the dynamic that she and Dean had.
I did too.
Like that I shipped it.
Me
In
too.
this season, I straight up did. I loved the two of them more than I loved him and Lisa.
I
I
agree.
thought that was such a fun, like,
I
She
like
could give it
her
as much as
too
she could take it.
much.
That was
I
cool.
liked her too much to put her with Dean.
I like the enemies
She
to
just deserved better.
maybe lovers dynamic. I
Enemies
was
to
Me
kind
maybe
of,
too.
lovers
yeah.
is a good one. I
And they would have
just
been a good one together.
yeah.
And honestly, even that is one of the ones that shocks me that because they sent her to hell,
Hmm.
they did not, with 12 more seasons, find any way to bring her back, even as another actor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm with
Because
you.
she could have been
Like,
turned into a demon.
Yeah, like if you brought Ruby back as someone else, why couldn't it
And
boggles
Meg
my
even.
mind. Yeah.
mhm. It's because they don't care if women are on the show. Like they just don't care.
This is the one that haunts
Mhm.
me. I think
I
out of all of
agree.
them,
I'm so
I
I
with you.
just I think like a fic that I would like that would totally change the universe would be one where Dean and Bella, having gone to hell around the same time,
Oh my
form
God.
like an alliance in hell and like trauma bond in hell.
mm,
And Dean and Bella, having spent so much time together, are now at the point where they like when Dean gets pulled up from hell by Kaz, he's not willing to let her go, and she comes up with him.
Stop. Oh my God. Oh,
I
please
want
write
that.
it. Okay, write
I
that.
want that.
Write it and send it to me. Thank you.
Okay.
That's a great story. You see,
I would love that.
again, a very good like love story that you're writing. Like Dusty in the dust.
Like Dusty in the dust.
Dusty in the dust. Okay, let me talk about this FX moment because okay, so Corey's like super into this YouTube channel called Corridor Crew, and it is nothing but effects artists. And they have an entire like series that's been going for years. That is FX Artists React. And they react to all effects in every movie, TV show, like whatever. They create like digital effects. And so they talk about that. And it's very interesting. It's very cool. Y'all should like subscribe. They're great. And I'm going to link them. But I was watching one of the episodes with Corey because Corey, he's like, there's a new one. Let's watch it. And we'll sit down and we'll like, they also do like animators react and like stunt people react, which is really fun.
Oh, that sounds fun.
But they're all FX artists and they'll invite people on like that. So one of the episodes they were suggested was this one from Supernatural. And they were like, because sometimes we'll react to bad effects and talk about how we would have done it better. And this was suggested as like a bad effect where the like ice cream looking scooper thing goes to
Ugh.
Sam's eye and looks like it's about to like scoop his eye out. So when they actually watch it, my favorite Corridor Crew member is Ren, and I'm going to tag him in this just in case he ever wants to like have someone talk nice about him on a podcast. But he actually like says, actually, this is good effects, and especially because of the time period, 2008, and the fact that it's on the CW, so budget, like they do a really actual good job with the effect with the eyeball scooper. So I'm gonna link to the video, and I'm gonna link it to where you guys can just see that one clip. If you want to watch the
Yeah.
rest of it, you should. But I'll link it to that clip. But it made me really proud because I was like, oh my God, my boys are on there, and it was FX approved.
Huh. Yeah,
So
I thought it was well done.
yeah,
Ugh.
if you were creeped out by the eyeball scooper thing, it's because it was good effects.
I didn't realize that people considered this to be an episode with bad effects.
Well, I think there are people who are like they watch like Quarter Crew and like they are themselves effects artists, and so they're like,
So
but
they're
or they might also just be fans of effects, and so they're like, well, I think maybe this is bad. And you know, Supernatural technically, like, can we blame them for thinking it's bad because there are some bad effects on
Yeah.
Supernatural.
Yeah.
But when they broke down how they actually would have had to go about it, they realized that it was actually pretty well done for like what they had. Which I love. I love that. It made me really happy. All right. So at the end, 'cause we talked through like almost all of this. So it says, Sam hopes Dean will take the immortality option when he's offered it. He says it's not perfect, but it buys us some time to figure it out. I know where he's coming from. He's desperate, but he says to Dean, just think about it. And I like this. I want to identify this moment because there will be a time, possibly, if we go all the way to season 9, where we're going to need to talk about this moment compared to the moment where Dean forces an angel into Sam's body against his will. And there was fandom discourse about this moment right here in this episode 15 in season 3 about how, well, Sam was trying to get him to take the blah 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 Frankenstein whatever, and Dean didn't want to. And what we see is Sam saying, I understand it's not perfect, but think about it. And when Dean says, absolutely not, that's not living. It's black and white, human, not human. And I don't want to become not human. That's that for Dean. And Sam says, okay, whether
Okay.
he like has reservations or not, he respects Dean's choice. And then he helps Dean bury Frankenstein forever.
Mhm.
Or the professor, whatever you want to call him, the
Yeah,
doctor.
and his research.
And
Yeah.
his research. Yeah.
So they can't even pretend to go back to it and try at another time. Sam says, okay, this is never an option for you. Then okay, let's just move
He
on.
respects his wishes.
Yeah. And I mean, I know I'm preaching to the choir, but I would like the record to reflect that we
Yes.
made this very clear for when we need to go back to it, if we ever do. I hope we do.
Yeah.
I would love to keep recording the podcast through at least that long. if we have the perseverance to do
If we
The
if we
stamina.
keep the momentum going.
it. So what did you guys think? Can you remember back to when you first saw this episode? What did you guys think when Bella entered the hotel and like shot into the beds?
I was like, huh? And then I immediately thought of that scene in Lord of the Rings.
Me too. Were there
That's so funny.
and have you listened to the actor commentary on Lord of the Rings extended editions?
No.
Oh my God, it is the greatest thing of my lifetime. Like I used to like put it on and just watch it like for hours. It's so funny. But when the actor commentary is on there and they like it's Billy Boyd and Dominic Monaghan, they're together, so they're just like fucking cutting up the whole time. It's so fucking funny.
Bouncing off each other. I
They're
can
so
imagine.
funny. And so like the commentary when that happens, they're like the Nazgul are stabbing the pillows and then they pull the blanket and there's feathers. And Billy and Dom go, "They're chickens."
Mm.
I y'all, if you have never watched the extended editions with the actor commentary on, please God, after this podcast, get on whatever like website you need to and like download it, order it, whatever you need to do. It is the greatest gift that I've ever received from like all media
I have
ever.
a lot of homework from you.
Girl,
I
for
was
this
I'm
gonna
episode.
say,
telling you.
can we make a list of like supplementary materials for this
I
episode?
got you, y'all. I'll make you a list. Y'all,
I need
and
a
then you
reading
can
list.
tell me like if you like something or you're like, fuck off, that sucked, whatever. I would love to hear y'all's feedback. But there's nothing more delightful than the acting commentary on the extended editions. You're like, I'm talking like 14 fucking hours of just the greatest cast of all time. Literally scientifically proven. There's no other better cast than the Lord of the Rings cast. Talking shit for 14 hours. It's so fucking great. It's so funny.
Oh
Anyways,
my
I
God.
thought of that too, and I'm sorry I went on another tangent.
I mean, I brought it up, I guess.
I can't even
So.
blame the whiskey. I would have done that anyways.
Yeah, I totally thought back to that scene. And of course, I mean, I'll be proven wrong later, but at the time, it was not a thought in my head that someone could just come in and shoot the boys and they would actually be in their beds and then
Yeah.
die.
Right.
That will happen. But yeah,
When does that happen?
isn't that how they die in Dark Side of the Moon?
Yes, but you know how I blocked that episode
I
out of
know, I know, I know, I know.
Christy,
But
do you remember how you felt when you watched that
I
moment
don't
for the first time?
If I remember correctly, I didn't even like connect that it was their hotel room.
You're like,
Like,
who's Bella trying to kill?
what the
wow,
fuck is
Bella's
she
trying to kill
doing? Like,
somebody.
oh
Ooh.
geez, this is aggressive.
Somebody got on Bella's bad
Oh.
side. Oh,
And then
right.
we just forgive her because I support women's rights and their
Right.
wrongs.
And
Yes.
I did
I
kind
just
of
support women.
appreciate I did kind of appreciate the theatrics and the money spent, for the stupid frickin' blow up sex dolls. Like they actually like went to the effort of buying and blowing these up
Mhm.
and putting them in the bed.
I
Yeah.
can't imagine Sam blowing up a sex doll. I just the image I can't
Now we're gonna need to request another fan
a
fan art. We still have not gotten the Taylor Swift fan art from last season that I would really love from a chatty episode I think we talked about.
Please, yes.
But we really need this one too, if
Like,
anybody's interested.
can you just picture that argument? Like Sam saying, we can just use the pillows. It's fine. Like just
Dean's
no,
like, no,
no.
he's like on online
No,
looking
dude.
up where they can go buy one right now in town.
We need these.
There's
You
an
don't
adult novelty
understand.
shop. Actually, I just have some in the trunk because I thought this might happen at some point.
I
And
like
Sam's
to
like,
think
ew. And he's like,
Ew.
I didn't use them. Come on,
He literally
Much.
says, "Brother, ew."
brother. Ooh.
But
Uh,
no, like I love that. And I also think that they flipped the second one on her back so that the hair was showing. So it did kind of maybe seem like Sam's long hair,
oh my
like when she pulled it
God.
back. But
That's
yeah,
funny.
we're trying really hard to make this moment funny, but it's actually terrible.
Yeah.
And
I
this is when
hate
I really
it.
just like sat in it and was like, that is a child who is being abused and they are being so mean to her, but like they don't know. And so at the end, what ends up coming out of this and what I hate, um, that we actually there was a purpose for her going out, and that it was to tell Dean that Lilith is actually the one who holds his contract, and she also holds Bella's as well, and that's why Bella's willing to tell her or tell them because she's about to die.
And
And
maybe they have a chance of
yeah,
killing
she's like,
Lilith.
maybe you can take the bitch out. And my last note is I hate this for her. It's unfair because the blackout is just like a hellhound growling and then it's gone.
It's like snarling and snapping.
It's awful.
Like I
Horrifying.
I hate it. I hate the fact that she suffers because she was trying to escape like a hell she already lived in. I
Hmm.
just hate it. And
She
I
didn't have a
know
chance.
I know she could not have been saved narratively if they wanted Dean's deal to have any sort of weight. But like
Yeah.
I can also still hate
Right.
it.
I think that's so true. I didn't even think about that. Like if she had gotten out of her deal somehow, it wouldn't have made a lot of sense for Dean. Um, or are the stakes for the next episode. Like, well, Dean will get out for sure because Bella did. And so I get that that through this, we're setting the stakes for what's coming. And I guess that is important narratively. I just feel like it's so unfair to Bella.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I feel like something that, well, I wrote it down, but I think the show never really gets into, and I wish they did. I'm sure fandom has talked about this plenty. Is I don't know the word for it. It's not legalities, but like the morality
The
of
ethics?
ethics of
Hmm.
like demons making deals with literal children.
It
Oh
doesn't
yeah.
seem to be it doesn't seem like they have rules, right? Because as long as they get the soul, they don't
They they
care.
honor the deals that they make, but they don't have any rules
Yeah.
about the
There's not like
the
a you have to be a legal adult to sign a
yeah.
contract. Like there's no
There's no like
Right.
nullification.
presence of mind. There's no
Yeah.
they don't even make sure really that the person knows that this is real. Like
Right.
I'm pretty sure that we have some examples of like I just kind of said it offhand because who would have thought that demons were actually real, but now I'm
Mhm.
dying.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
And I wish
That's
we explored that more because, like, that's a horrific idea that we don't really get into. Like, could
oh, that's fascinating.
demons be, yeah, like tricking a 5-year-old into making a deal? You
yeah,
know,
Wow.
like, and we don't really touch on that.
Yeah, because that's
Like,
a
can we
horror
trick a
movie in
or
drunk
itself.
person?
or drunk, yeah, drunk
Yeah,
people,
Mhm.
people who can't consent, like under
Under
our
human law. Yeah.
human law or
Hmm.
human ideas of ethics.
yeah. We really don't get into that
Yeah.
at all, and I'm sure fandom has touched on it,
That's
but
a really good question.
Yeah.
I I don't even know how we talk about it, but
Wow.
it's such a weird, like obviously demons have no morality, but
Does it even count like as like the quota if you tricked them into it? It's like easy to get. It's like yeah, because I do think there's an element of this is a job and I want to like bring in the most. And so you want to do it. But then it's like, is it quality if they weren't an actual soul that like was consent? I don't know. That is so interesting. I never
It
thought
is
of that.
interesting. Although I do think that we get examples of demons who have higher or lower senses of like
Standard?
standards.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think Crowley would make a deal with a
Yeah.
5-year-old. Like,
I missed
Crowley
that.
would be like, what? There's no challenge in that. I'm not making a deal with a 5-year-old.
Mhm.
That's just,
Whereas we're going to see Lilith in a short amount of time.
Yeah.
Am I
prancing
allowed
around
to
in
spoil it? Yeah.
Yeah. Talk about it.
Prancing around in like a
a little,
5-year-old's body or whatever.
yeah,
That little girl is a good actress. I can't wait to watch that one. She's
that's a
So
great,
that
frightening.
does
yeah.
probably get into the,
Yeah.
again, that ethics.
Because she
Yeah.
is a vessel. She's a little girl. There was a hairy little man on her screen.
Hello.
Hello, hairy man. I'm talking about a cat, not a hairy man, you guys. It's okay. You'll see in the
Yeah,
Instagram
sorry,
carousel.
Cat just set his butt right on my keyboard.
We love
Eh,
that for everyone.
that's what
Okay.
it's for.
Do we have final thoughts?
Let's see. We kind
My
of went
Sam
all
pals.
over this one, but I think we like hit most everything.
I think we did too.
I think Sam, like, we know why he's invested in this case and why he wants Dean to go on it, but
Yeah.
he also just seems like super into it. Like when he's talking about it, he's like,
Yeah, he's like
"Yeah,
delighted.
you have heard it before from Dad." Like he's like,
Yeah.
"Yeah." He
He's
just seems like
delighted by
he's,
the whole thing. Every
yeah, the
element is
pieces are coming together and it's like
from
tickling
Dad.
his brain
It's
in the
scientific. It's
yeah,
alchemy. Like he just loves
yeah,
it. Yeah. I
yeah.
love that too.
Um, oh man, I'm just still so sad about Bella.
I know. I'll
Mm,
never get over Bella. I'm with you guys.
I'm not over Bella.
She's such a cool character.
Like, I know we couldn't have saved her because she had to go if we were going to believe in any way that Dean could maybe go. But
Yeah.
I'm like, maybe she didn't have a demon deal then. Maybe it was something else. And
Yeah. If she didn't have a demon deal, though, we wouldn't know that Lilith held the contracts. And that's
yeah, I mean,
important.
I mean, we could I could find any number of ways
Yeah.
to
I was
make
like, I'm
to
a
get her
writer.
to
I could
know
have
that
done it.
information. Like shit, like Bella is a purveyor of items. And maybe she had an item that Lilith needed and Lilith like threatened her into it, but it doesn't have to be a demon deal, but it could be a thing that scared the shit out of Bella and now she's like on the like, like
Yeah.
there's so many ways we could have just
Mhm.
kept Bella around, and I'm just
Or
very
again,
sad.
brought her back.
Or brought her
Yeah.
back.
I think that's the worst part of the strike. Is that they just didn't take the care to go back and see what they had done and try to like piece it back together. I feel
Mhm.
like they just were like, okay, well, we'll just do this now. And it's
Forget about that season. We're not going to go back and try to.
forget about
Yeah.
Sam's powers, forget about Sam's feelings for his dad and like the impact of that. Like they're very careless, I think, in a lot of
It's like
ways.
a throw off season that really couldn't afford to be a throw off season.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the Seven Deadly Sins and Bella, I think, were two of the biggest wastes of this season.
I agree. This was
Agreed.
a tough season. Obviously, we'll talk about it on the final episode where we have a season 3 discussion. But like, this was a extreme drop from season 2 and how fucking great it was and how much care you could tell they took.
Yeah.
And while I still enjoy season 3, it's very clearly not the same standard.
So many missed
Yeah,
opportunities.
it's a grab bag of a season.
It
Like
really
you
Yes. Yes.
What are we gonna get? We don't know.
Perfect
is
way
it
to put
is
it.
it Ghostbuster? No,
Ghost
Ghost
Spacers?
Facers.
Ghostfacers, or is it
Or is it
everything else?
the worst actor I've ever seen in the whole series, which was like that guy who played Pride in the first episode?
Oh God,
And
yeah.
everybody was very dumb. Okay, let's
I-
rate this episode.
Okay.
So, first thing we're gonna do is wardrobe judgment. We got horrendous, adorable, genuinely good or terrible, but great. Elle, for this episode with the Frankenstein, what did you think about what the boys were wearing?
So, as usual, I didn't notice anything great or terrible,
Mm-hmm.
but in the scene where Sam is like strapped down in preparation to get his eye scooped out,
That's the
I did
slate pearl snap.
really love that shirt.
Mm-hmm. I like that one too.
So I am going to give it a genuinely good.
Okay. Christy, what about you?
I also gave it a genuinely good.
Me too. We agreed on
Yay!
all three of us agreed on both wardrobes.
Yay.
Everything was
It's
fine. Like,
amazing.
Yeah.
so okay, let's do our Sam friendly scale, our Sam fan friendly scale. So 0 to 5, screen time enjoyment, and then hard eyes. So let's start with screen time. How did you feel about the screen time for Sam in this one?
The screen for screen time, um, I'm gonna give it like I think like a 3.5. Um, it I like the time that he's on screen, but that will go into other metrics.
Yeah.
He's there about an average amount of time.
He's
So he gets an
thereabout.
average score.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Christy?
Yeah, I gave it a 3.25.
Fair.
He's there doing good stuff, but I didn't think it was as well balanced as the last episode.
Totally, yeah. I
And
agree.
I didn't think his stuff was necessarily as exciting
Yeah, I
as
agree.
last episode.
And yeah, I gave it a 3.5 as well because when it was on Dean, it like was way less than like the other episode where things that Dean was on screen for didn't affect Sam in the same way. So I gave it a
Mhm.
3.5 as well. Enjoyment as a Sam fan, L, how did you enjoy this episode?
As a Sam
As a
fan, I
fan
really enjoyed it
fan.
for reasons of hands and
For that
uh,
hand engulfing
the
skull
hands
episode.
bigger than her entire skull. Um, for just like hefting a whole person and running with her, uh, and and
Period.
also like and also just for like how how cutely he was interested in the case and
That was cute.
how are you going to stop me? And the fact that he locks a rental car, even though he's in the middle of the woods. Sam. Um, yeah, uh, big fan
Okay.
of the Sam in this episode. So
Mhm.
I give it a 4.25.
Love it. Christy, how about you?
I gave it a 3.75.
Cool. I give it a 4, so I'm like in between you guys.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I really felt like I enjoyed it, but I didn't enjoy it as much as the last episode, but
Hmm.
it was still good. I think it's harder to enjoy because of how like the injustice of Bella, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the final one for the Sam scale is hard eyes. So Elle, give us your hard eyes score.
My Hard Eyes is going to be a 4.8
Woo! For all
Wow.
the reasons that you said,
for all the reasons I've already said.
like hand and golf skull.
Yeah. The hand skull ratio. To be a tiny girl in Sam Winchester's arms.
Oh, for my skull
Getting
to be held by Sam's hand.
getting strapped down to a table.
Woo!
Uh,
Oh, to be a
uh,
girl with maggots in my arm as Sam carries me to the car.
okay, I don't like that part,
No.
but also, what was he taking from her that she needed maggots in her arm? Was he like missing a wrist bone or something? I don't
Yeah,
understand.
maybe. I don't know. They didn't really explain that. And then he's a whole big man, so like a tendon from a girl would be like too short.
Like,
Like I don't know.
yeah, I don't
We didn't
really
ask
understand.
questions. They didn't answer. It's fine.
But yeah, for all of those reasons, what did I say?
4.8.
4.8. That one.
Fair. Christy, what about you?
I gave it a 3.5.
Dang, that's your low. No, it's not. I was gonna say it's your lowest score, but your screen time is your lowest score. Tell us why. Why was it just
I
like generally okay for Hard Eyes for you?
I don't know. Like, I really enjoyed him interacting with our victim, but yeah, I
Mm,
think kind of what you said before, a lot of how I felt about this episode was just kind of tainted by the Bella of it all.
yeah, it's very hard to enjoy it.
And the fact that, again, we're kind of leading up to that uh finale episode.
Yeah.
So, I just the vibes are off.
Yeah, I'm
The
with you.
vibes.
I understand. I totally understand. I gave it a 4.6 for Hard Eyes for the reasons
Oh,
that you said. It's just he's just so wonderful. He's just so and y'all know like how much I love when he gets to be gentle and tender and like calm and like loving and caring and considerate of victims. It's like one of my favorite fucking things. And this is like one of the most like major moments because like so much of her safety and like Sam's safety depends on him being able to make her feel calm and safe because if he hears or sees that what's going on, like it's over. And so like I just love that scene. I just love it. And I love the how are you gonna stop me? Like I really love a lot of moments in this episode. So I overall scored this a 4.03. L, you scored it a 4.18, and Christy, you scored it a 3.5. So
wow.
overall, the average for this is a 3.9. So almost a 4. It's a good one on the Sam scale. But let's see what we think of it as just a normal regular episode. So on our general scale, again, 0 to 5, we have writing, directing as 1, acting, and enjoyment. So, L, where do you stand on writing and directing for this one?
It's so difficult because I think the episode itself, is pretty well written. Lots
I
of good
agree.
lines.
Mhm.
Rufus,
Mm,
the I like the way that it develops, and I like the things that both characters get to do.
hmm
Um, I'm gonna give it a 4.25, I think.
Fair. What about you, Christy?
I went with a 3.5. Overall,
Fair.
I think most of it is good. It's just that, uh, again, the Bella of it all.
Right. Right. I gave it a 4.5 because I feel like what Sarah was handed was a very difficult
Yeah.
bit of information to have to write to lead us up to what is essentially going to be the finale of season 3, which we know is probably going to be written by Kripke. And so she had so much to juggle. And it's like what we said about the last episode where we were like, it just felt too heavy here or there. But if Sarah had had it, she would have been able to balance it. That she's fucking incredible at that shit.
Hmm.
She had so much to balance. She had so much to do, and she did it great. Great job. And despite having to throw Bella in there and the Frankenstein guy, and then we have Sam and Dean on two totally different like storylines, it never felt to me like there was too much going on, where I was like, couldn't she's just great at pacing, and I think that is such a gift. So I had to give her a 4.5. I think she's a fucking great writer. And I'm gonna tag her in this so she can hear me talk good about her. Okay. Acting. Oh, how did you feel about the acting in this episode?
Um, you know, it uh she's Bella is just gonna pull up the caliber of everyone else in it
Agree.
because I don't really care about the plastic surgeon dude. I don't even I guess the Frankenstein dude himself was okay. But she is just sparkling in every scene that she's in.
Yeah,
So
Hmm.
I'm giving it a 4.25.
got it. Chrissy, what about you?
I gave it a 4.5 for
Nice.
Lauren Cohen and for Rufus's actor.
Oh, Rufus,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, me too. I gave it a 4.5 for that very reason. I just
So
thought,
much happened in this episode. I
yeah.
forget that
Yeah.
Rufus and Bella are both.
This was a
And
lot of
Bobby was in it.
And
episode.
but
Mhm.
yes, there's so much in this
And
episode.
that's what's beautiful about it is that none of it felt chaotic or crazy. That's why I gave it such a high rating for writing because she had so much to do and she was able to do it without overwhelming us. And I love the acting of Lauren Cohen. I love the acting of our actor who plays Rufus. Let me look him up really fast.
Yeah, I know I've seen him
I
in other
know
stuff.
his name.
He
It's
deserves for
on the
us to
tip
know.
of my
Stephen
tongue.
Williams.
That's it.
He is iconic and we love
He is.
him. Yeah, he deserves for us to say his name. He's the best. So, yeah, Stephen Williams did a great job. Lauren Cohen did a great job. And obviously, Jared and Jensen are always going to nail it. And that
Yeah.
guy was pretty creepy, as Frankenstein.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah,
I
he
liked it.
was.
4.5.
Yeah.
So, our final one is enjoyment, just general enjoyment. Elle, how did you enjoy this just as general episode?
In general, this is where Bella's treatment just drags the whole thing down for me.
Okay.
I'm like even out of the 3 zone into like a 2.5.
Ooh, okay.
I
That's fair.
like this episode, but it is hard to enjoy it
Yeah.
because I know
So hurtful.
that I am just gonna be suffering at the end for, like, I know we're supposed to feel it that Bella dies,
Mhm.
but it feels like it hurts beyond that. Like beyond
Yeah.
story-wise, it hurts because she could have been such a good character,
The
because
potential
she
is
felt
dead.
underserved,
Mhm.
because yeah.
It feels like a waste in
Yeah.
so many
Yeah.
ways. 100%. Christy, what about you?
I gave it a 2.75. Uh, as you said, Elle, it's not just that it's a waste right now. It's that she haunts the narrative for like the next 12 seasons. It's kind of one of those things that, again, if they had had any inkling to,
Mhm.
they could have brought her back in some other form.
Yep.
And
Exactly.
they just
Choose not
they
to.
yeah.
Imagine if the British men of letters had been like, she was a really good agent for us, so we brought her back from hell. You guys can't do that? Like,
That would have been so cool. They
come
just,
on.
it's because we are watching a show that doesn't actually value the show we're watching.
And I remember like watching this, and I think it must have been like season 8, maybe, being convinced in some of the episodes, like, oh, they have to be ramping up to bring her back. Like that has to be where this is going. And it never does. It
Never.
just,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
kind of feels like a
Imagine if
Chekhov's gun.
Imagine if she
Mm.
was the demon that Sam had to cure. Like if she got turned into a demon and they were like, if anybody deserves to be cured of their demonness, it's
It's
this
Bella
girl who was mistreated.
who was abused. Like she was
Yeah.
she was
Yeah.
coerced into this deal because she was being abused by her horrible family.
Yep.
Yeah,
Y'all are better writers of Supernatural.
she's kind of just this embodiment of,
Lost potential.
yeah, and
Yeah.
how Supernatural treats women on this show.
100%.
Yeah.
I mean, you could probably ask a writer
Mm.
later in the series who Bella Talbot is, and they would not be able to tell you, even though
I'd be
she
like,
is played by one of the most famous TV actresses, like in recent television. Like, how
they
many
had
spinoffs of
such
The
a
Walking
gem.
Dead are there? And
They-
your fucking dad is on it. John Winchester is like a major character on that same
Oh
fucking
yeah.
show. And in that fucking spinoff. Isn't he in Maggie's spinoff?
I think so, yeah.
Because Negan is a major like part of Maggie's story. Anyways, it's a fucking
They
waste.
had Lauren Cohen and just
And
like
they blew
Fumbled
it.
her.
They fumbled
just
her. She's
blew
the
it.
one that got away, guys.
Yeah.
She's the one that got away. I gave it a 3.8 for enjoyment. I'm sorry. I almost gave it a 4, mostly because I think this is a great episode. And while I do believe that Bella's storyline is and so abruptly and so unfair, I do enjoy it. And I can appreciate the fact that as Elle pointed out, this was to show the audience the stakes are real. And the next episode, you're gonna have to face what that means. And I hate that we lost Bella, but I do appreciate the stakes being set before we even enter the finale.
Mhm.
Okay, so I scored it on the general rating scale of 4.26. Ellie gave it a 3.6. Christy, you gave it a 2.5. So overall, we averaged the rating of 3.83 for general rating compared to a 3.9 on the Sam scale. They're
Oh,
almost similar. They're very, very
that's
close.
very
Like
similar.
they're within
Yeah.
7/10 of a point.
Huh.
So I think we enjoyed it, whether we're Sam fans or not, about the same.
I think if people were like, I'm a straight up just a Bella fan, they'd be like, I hated it.
Oh my God. Yeah. You should not watch this season then. You should not watch this series if you're only here for
If you're here for
I almost
Bella.
said Maggie Cohen for Lauren Cohen. Guys, we've been recording for 3 hours and
Oh
I
my God.
love you so much. Thank you for being on the penultimate episode of season 3. I'll see
Woo!
you guys maybe next week, maybe next time.
Yeah,
Yes.
that would
Finale.
be fun. Yeah, let's do
Bye.
it.
Bye.
Bye.